Let's sing a song full of hope, full of pain. Why don't you sing along, my friend? For it's our last refrain. Forever young, ever strong, ever brave. Memories like this never end. No, they don't fade away. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on, and I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. Close to the sun. Here's to the ones who let shine through the rain, the ones who stood for something more. We won't forget your names. The tide is high, say goodbye, we set it sail, and all those midnight secrets told, we'll take them to the grave. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on, and I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on, and I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. Let's sing a song full of hope, full of pain. Why don't you sing along, my friend? For it's our last refrain. Forever young, ever strong, ever brave. Memories like this never end. No, they don't fade away. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on, and I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. Close to the sun. Here's to the ones who let shine through the rain, the ones who stood for something more. We won't forget your names. The tide is high, say goodbye, we set it sail, and all those midnight secrets told, we'll take them to the grave. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on, the sun. Close to the So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on, and I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun.
Okay, so I think I am added. I really need to go back to streaming on a regular because I stream so seldomly lately. Like I'll come back and be like, oh no, what's happening? If you can hear me, just let me know in chat. Because I am on a new mic. I'm also on a Frankenstein computer that somebody built me, which is pretty awesome. Hello, hello, Kitty AB. That is a very Canadian thing to say. So that's pretty cool. So let me go ahead and say hi to folks. If you can hear me, just tell me if you can, because otherwise I'm gonna feel, actually I can check my own stream. Hang on. Oh no. Okay. I'm on a different computer and it is a little awkward, so I'm still kind of getting used to it. But I am grateful. A neighbor built me a computer with Frankenstein parts, and so I'm very, very grateful. So my laptop would get really overheated and just shut down all the time if I wanted a game or stream or really anything worthwhile. And so like it's been really tough to stream. But now that I have a Frankenstein computer, it's nice. It's a desktop, so it's got more power and oomph. So you'll see less lag this time, I'm hoping. However, I have a whole different setup, so this is kind of interesting. I have a desktop attached to my TV, which is fun. So um, everything's giant, but it also takes some adjustment. So I used to stream with like a dual monitor situation, which I guess I could split the screen. I just have to figure out how. So thank you for showing up here, Sheba. Hello, hello. Gretchen, good to see you. Anon, great to see you. Spooky, great to see you. Spooky's everywhere. Stitching with Sisterlies, I haven't seen you in a long time. Good to see you. And Kitty AB at the hockey game, welcome back. There we go. So I'm gonna like kind of share things as I go. Hey, Grace Case. There's been a lot of action lately. I guess JJ and Selfie Queen Cindy and Bliss Chris and crew, and Jugs of all people, have had like a realization that Roadhog is a POS, which is what everybody's known from like a million years ago. And like the slight criticism that we would give them, which I think is pretty mild, is how come you didn't know he was a POS when read someone's R reports? Or how come you didn't know he was a POS when he was threatening going to someone's house? Or how did you not know he was a POS when he was streaming DV events? Or how did you know that he wasn't a POS when he has so many ROs? How did you know he wasn't a POS when he was harassing Steph? How did you know he wasn't a POS when he was harassing AZ? These are our fair questions. You cannot get mad at those questions. Just like I cannot get mad at somebody going, Ha ha ha. Look what Uni Rock did. He turned on you. Fair enough. Fair enough. I knew Uni Rock was an idiot in 2018. My tweets showed it. I killed my Twitter account, but my tweets showed it back then that I thought he was an idiot. I always thought he was an idiot, but I thought he was an idiot with like a better heart and he meant well, or he was just really confused, or he was just raised in Ohio and he just needs to expand his viewpoint. And I think some of that uni rock stuff was because I was so charmed by some of his people. And my point is not to duress, like get into the like off stuff, but to say that we do make mistakes and who sometimes we align with. Now, uni rock's more like a Jenny Jones that just he's like a I'm gonna just say whatever I want. But but there's a big difference between Jenny Jones and Squirrel Man and Roadhog. Roadhog is overtly hateful and abusive to women. And so we always kind of want people to have a route out of bad situations. And so I I don't want to be like, yeah, because I don't dislike those folks. I don't have like a acted like a beef with them. Uh, so like, except for who they were supporting. But if they're gonna move away, good for them. Be better, right? So, that kind of thing. Um, now, Rose, Welsh Rose had an opportunity to really kind of better her social situation, in my opinion. If she had gone with that crew, they're um, they're less problematic. They are more supportive to each other. Um, and she would have been much better off. But she's going to Doubletown and supporting somebody that's just an awful person. Yeah, it's shocking that he's even back, to be honest. Um, so Rose is just offended that people are upset about who she supports. But it should come no surprise that a man that just racks up ROs, I think he had 6 ROs, and then like he's just racked up like I don't know how many from Steph recently. He's just racking up problems constantly. He's obviously a problem. He's overtly an abusive person, and at least at the very least online, at the very least online. And then some of his ROs are in person too. Like you'd think that there's a big neon flag that says this guy's a problem. Maybe people shouldn't support him. Maybe you should run for the hills. But no, Welsh is like he's cool. So at this point, I think Welsh, you support. I am on her list. That's right. You support evil people, and that's the thing. That's the frustrating thing about you is like you've got some problems and you always start off with that and we go okay that sucks. But then at the same time like you support the most awful abusive awful terrible people ever and so of course people are going to be criticizing you, of course they're going to be like hey why aren't you coming with us? We've had enough. And you're just so shocked. You're like, oh, people are gonna try to control me and bully me, and oh my God, like, oh, it's so shocking. Like, it's not. Just like it wasn't shocking that people laughed at me for Uni Rock. Like, not shocking at all. You know, we all sort of, what do we do? We all sort of make our beds and have to lay in it for whatever the bed is, right? Um, but there's just some people that just are inexcusable, like inexcusable. And I know that you like were really badly attacked by him, and maybe you feel obligated so that you're not attacked. I mean, that's a thing. I need to befriend this person so they don't attack me. Maybe that's it. I mean, making sense of you is quite strange. Um, One of the things that Welsh has done is she was either participating with, I think it was Yaya, or um, was actually doing it herself because she mentioned she lives in the UK, calling protective services on Josh because a little boy showed up in his PJs behind him. So, a gay man, a little kid, oh my God. And so, we better call the authorities and just, it's just evil. Like, it's just evil to do this sort of stuff. And to smirk while you're recalling it, like you did something great. Um, And if you don't know, she did a stream, I don't know, a couple years ago about her terrible, sad Christmas story where she went to jail and none of it made sense and it was hilarious. And she said that we would cry when we listened to her story. We laughed. Nobody cried. We laughed. It was funny. But no one actually believes the why either. So it's interesting. People are going to laugh at that. Yep, right. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, without further ado, there's been some videos made, and just bear with me because I have just a whole different setup here, and it's been ages since I've streamed. So let me fix it up real quick. Share. Make sure the thing that's toggled on with the audio's on. Like I think it's been like a few months. It's been a while. All right. Trigger warning for people. It's a lot up close. Okay. Is that I made the screen smaller than usual, so hopefully that's big enough. Um, so this is Welsh Rose, and if that's your dog, I uh, I think Frenchies are adorable. I also think they wear gels better than you do. But you know, it helps a little bit, I guess, having a cute dog on there. Um, and yeah, so let's see what you have to say here. Um, I don't know if I should start with the second video or not, but I'll start with the second one actually, which is
For my haters. Now, where do I start? Julie Virgo, you made insinuations that I should never have children, knowing damn well that I've got children. And you know what? My children are happy. They're blessed. They're loved. They're
sure.
cherished. If anybody should be warned about not having children, girl, it would be you. You're too damn selfish for children. You wouldn't want.
So let me tell you about Julie. Julie's not a selfish person. She's pretty giving. She's pretty forgiving, unless you're a fucking asshole like you. And you clearly have a very bad either moral compass or judge of character because you're bashing on somebody that actually is a generous person, that is a caring person, that is a compassionate person. While you support one of the biggest bastards on the internet. Nobody cares about what you think.
Want to give a thing up for a child. And that's what parents do. They give things up for their children, if need be. So stop saying things like, I would be an awful mother, when you know damn well that I've got kids. And this
So we should change it to you are. Just assume that.
is like the second time you've done it. Girl, you need to grow up first.
The reason why we think you are an awful mother is because especially if you have a daughter, if you're hanging out with a guy that treats women the way he does, you're an awful mother. Like if that's who you think's acceptable and okay to treat women the way he does, then yeah, it's a problem. Um, I was more triggered about that she'd assume I'd cry. I did. I think I said, "How dare you assume my emotions?" That's true. It's true. It bothered me. Yes, that's the point. The point is it's scary that you support an abuser when you have kids yourself. I mean, we've heard the things that he says, and boy, is he obsessed with incest. This man brings up incest constantly, like it is some weird projection. That should be a red flag to you. Like that's really strange shit.
Bliss, Chris.
Bliss, Chris.
You said my day is going to come. Every dog has the day and mine's due to come.
You definitely are a dog.
Girl, I fucking hope so. And if it's as good as I even think it would be, I'd be posting that shit. Damn right. Now for Jags.
Is that supposed to be like a got you to Bliss? Oh, come on. There are so many things you could say to Bliss that would be kind of like, to get her. Like, that is what you got? Oh, gosh, you really got to step it up. Like, I don't know. You need to take lessons from somebody.
Just because you expect other people to defend you, it does not mean I do.
Oh, please. You were begging people to defend you. I made one video about you after you did that shit to Josh, and I focused in on your weird, freaky little dolls and freaky little wigs and your freaky little smacking. And I focused in on you went, oh, and you went crying to JJ and Selfie and oh, Spackle's just mean and cruel to me. Oh. You don't want people to defend you. The sad thing is that they don't defend you. The sad thing is, even when they're friendly with you, they don't defend you. So even with all the crying, they kind of do semi. They're like, yeah, right, she's mean, but that's all they do. Like that's as best as you could get. That's hilarious. So yeah, nobody's begging anybody to defend anybody. Like Julie did not come to me and go, I need to defend me. Like she can defend her damn self. It's just that I was bored and I don't like you.
I have never asked a soul to defend me.
That's not true. There's definitely implied defends me. Remember when I asked if your leg was necrotic because you were flopping it around on Twitter and making it like, I don't know how long my leg's gonna last. And we were like, well, that sucks. And I said, like, what, why? What, like, people don't just amputate just for fun. Like, so, like, is it necrotic or something? And they go, oh my God, you're attacking me. And guess who you summoned? You summoned Alice. Like, okay, yeah, people will defend you. Oh my God. And like you were just whining and crying to her the same way you were whining and crying to JJ about how mean I was. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I am perfectly capable of defending myself.
Not really. You're actually pretty bad at it. Like, I don't know. You're not funny. You don't have really good zingers. You're just like, I know you are, but what am I? Is like the best you have. Like, I don't know. It's pretty bad. Let's see here. Welsh gets offended if people don't defend her. It's true. It's true. She gets sad. She gets sad. She felt so happy when they were defending her just a little bit in that chat after I made that video. They're like, "Yeah, Spackle's so mean to me. Oh my gosh. Well, Spackle, you need to wax your what did JJ say? You need to wax your mustache." It's like, oh, zinger, JJ, like something I don't have. Cool. Like, you were just happy. Like you were elated that somebody slightly defended you. It was kind of funny. Let's see. Well, she made a sock account with your own pretending to be harassed. No way. Why do I oh that's right. She did hop into Uni Rocks. That's right. She did want like his attention. That's right. I forgot about that. So much happened in Unirocks when you were like modding for him, like that it just kind of all starts to blend together. I forgot about that. That is good times. That was ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Let's see how far behind I am. There we go. All right, let me play more. Let's see what else you got.
With or without disabilities.
You can beat us with your leg.
As for things that she said about me when we had a falling out, kinda. Do you really think I care? Here's the thing about being adults. If people fall out, they move on from it. They move past it.
Have you seen your Lord and Savior RH? He doesn't move past it. Like literally, he tried to pass the torch of flaming pig manure to Jugs, and Jugs was like, "I don't want any of it." And he's like, "Fuck you, Jugs!" And he's like made her a target. Like I'm pretty sure your people don't move on.
Because that's what real human beings do. That's what grown-ups do.
Oh, don't tell us about grown-ups. Oh my.
They don't worry about what someone was saying about them when they went behind their backs because it's not important. If
you're goddamn smacking, you gotta figure out how not to go because it is annoying and disgusting. I imagine your jowls just drooling when you do that. Stop it.
I fall out with somebody, 9 times out of 10, I'm more inclined to accept an apology.
That's because you're desperate.
Because that is what grown-ups do.
That's what desperate people do. There's some people you don't accept apologies from.
They accept an apology and they move the fuck on.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I have a little channel doesn't mean people don't like coming to watch me and hear
Okay.
what I have to say. Because I have a considerate few who love when I go live.
Did she say a considerate few? Considerate.
Who want to come and sit and chat and laugh.
Probably at you.
Because my live streams, girl, they always turn into laughing sessions.
At you. Bring Kleenex. Let's see here. Twitter is boring. Yes, it is. Grown-ups don't go on YouTube and demand an apology. True, true, true. Is RH still married? Yeah, they keep threatening to be unmarried and then don't, and then it's like, I don't know, very strange. And something about steaming poo and the truck bed. I don't know. I don't know. It's really, really sordid. For RH stuff, you probably have to go to Rebus.
We just have the most fun.
This is fun.
And you hate that, don't you? And Jags, come on. You ain't even got 300 subscribers yet.
Look, Rivertail is a small town.
So, you got nothing to say.
I have more subs than you, so I have more to say. Oh, whoa.
Yeah, I never asked anybody. Roadhog.
I've seen you whine and cry about subs. Why don't I have subs? I've been on YouTube for like 10 years and I don't have subs. Why aren't you supporting me? I've seen you whine about your subs and how you don't have enough subs and people aren't supporting you enough. Oh, baby. But I haven't seen Jugs whine about it, just you. She is very obsessed with sub counts, very obsessed. Do you want some of my subs? You don't want some of guys, you could sub to Welsh Rose, especially if you're like from the local community. I think you'd be entertained. So it'd be good. Yeah, I'll send my subs your way. Yeah.
Hog. Shay. Yaya. Nobody.
Yaya is a prize of a friend. Let me tell you. Yaya was bashing my looks when I did the side-by-side picture, and I'll tell you, Yaya needs to shut the fuck up.
Nor do I expect it. How entitled do you have to be to expect?
How entitled do you have to be expect like a billion subs for like no interesting content?
People to defend you. What really got up your back anyway? Was it the fact that Roadhog came back? Did you not like?
I mean, he was banned for a reason. He like this is what his how many channels? Third or something, and then he went away and he came back and like the world's a better place when he's in retirement.
The fact that Roadhog came back after handing you his torch?
Oh my gosh, the breathing. The breathing! It's like the Frenchies on the mic. Could be begging for subs. Okay, let me see. I prefer running around in real life and spending money. Yeah, there's some really good breweries around here. There's like stuff to do. Like, yeah. Oh, EKC cannot shut the fuck up about that. Like, girl, if you are at all intelligent, stop responding to Manya. She's goading you, talking about the thing you're not supposed to talk about. Stop talking about the thing. Not that I care because I'm like, haha, you're an idiot.
So sad.
You are sad. You're a sad little monster.
When you say I got a personality with a sponge,
Can someone please translate that to me? Did you say something about personality like a sponge? What was that line that you just said? I don't even know what she said, like at all. I just- What?
what exactly do you mean by that? Because I'm just soaking up the love.
She did say sponge. Ooh, there's so many jokes to make there that are really gross and probably Roadhog level, so I'm not gonna say them. Like,
From the people who I care about. I don't know. You all think you're all this on the internet, talking about people, lying about people.
where's the lie? Show me the lie. I watched their streams. I didn't see any lies. Nothing like overtly, except for like the weird, well, the weird defense of like I hardly knew him. I barely knew what he was doing. That's a little bit shady, but like overall, like nobody's lying about you.
Because there's not one of you who can tell the fucking truth. Literally, there is not one of you who can tell the fucking truth. But hey, you keep doing you, boy. And with that, I'm going to get off. Because I got better things I can be doing.
So do we, technically.
And I'm bored enough to watch Game of Thrones over again, so bye.
Okay. Let me see. So I have the weirdest algorithm. Ignore that. Sometimes Ben Shapiro's on it even because I watch the other side. You have a personality of a sponge. What does that mean? Does it mean that she sort of assimilates other people's personalities? Does it mean she's like the cleanup crew after Roadhog's done? What does that fucking mean? What does that mean? Is she buddies with McRae? She's buddies with people that were buddies with McRae, but like I can't remember her really being in with him too much. But she's buddies with RH and um gosh, she was trying to get in with the Caters and she just didn't really do really well with them. And so like where else was she from other than that? Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Somebody probably said she was as interesting as a sponge. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Okay, so let me see. There was more. Where was it? Oh, yes, here it is. And I gotta do a trigger warning. There's a lot of like smacking or like she's masticating on something. I don't know. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I said masticating, masticating, chewing. It's just a gross word and it sounds gross. But this one, I remember there was a lot of like salivating noises. And so I just wanted to give you a trigger warning because I find it pretty gross. Like, it always kind of creeps me out. All right, there we go.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Okay, so I had no intentions of posting. Not until after my hospital appointment, anyway, which is on the 14th and the 15th. And then I got another appointment today for the 26th. So that's going to be another hospital appointment. Great. But the reason I am posting is because a few people went live last night talking about a few people, and my name was dragged up. And when I say dragged up, I was dragged for shite. And I'm not a mood.
You do not know what it's like to be dragged. I've you have seen somebody that goes over the top. Actually, you support somebody that's way over the top. But like people that are less over the top, we'll just use burnt toast for example. She's really good at it. You do not know what it's like to get the heat from somebody like her. You were like, I was dragged to shit. People just complained about who you hang out with and your character, but like they could be much meaner, much meaner. And so I think maybe you should stop crying and whining and say like if I support this nasty abusing person, then I'm gonna get some criticism, like it's gonna happen. And yeah, and they weren't as mean as I am. And so I just have lost my patience with you, and I think you're an awful person. And so, but they were not even as mean. So like, yeah, okay, cry about it. I have no intention of posting, but there you are, exactly, Stacy. Okay, everybody rally and ask if she's okay and what's wrong. Yeah, that was how that was opening. Yeah, that was the opening statement.
Amused. I am done being polite. I'm done.
I don't find you particularly polite. I find you cowardly because you hide around really disgusting people and you use them as sort of like your, I don't know. I don't even want to say attack the dogs so they don't attack for you, like, but you hide behind them, like, so that you're, I don't know, maybe less approachable or something. I don't know, but like, oh my gosh, Sally, can you not? So Sally's mad because my husband Dare left the building and she's super attached to him, so she's just launching a protest.
Done accepting shit to be stuck on me. And I am just
Sally, you
done
hush.
with people accusing me of things that I never fucking done. So where should we start? JJ, wasn't it you who told me that Julie Virgo was calling me anything under the sun in Discord whilst being nice to my face? Wow. And when I was trying to help out your friend, Cindy, who was also dragging me for shit, accusing me of saying something about JJ's daughter that I never fucking said. What I did say about her daughter was, I'm glad that she's okay. And what happened to her was heartbreaking. That is all I said about fucking JJ's daughter.
I can only imagine that the only women that can support RH are women that hate other women. Like I have no other answer than that. Or somebody that just like wants to sit in and stream and go, just wanna stay there and watch me burn. Like I don't know. Like what kind of woman supports RH? I mean, I used to ask that question about Steve McRae, but Steve McRae is sort of like slow heat that turns up. Like RH has like a flashing light of like I am a scumbag, and she's like, this is cool.
None of the housewife. Wasn't it your husband who did blackface all over YouTube? And Julie fucking Virgo.
Julie fucking Virgo. Julie fucking Virgo. Ugh, that woman is a bitch.
What a tramp.
Excuse you. So she's taken the route of JJ. JJ likes to run around and call people tramps and stuff like that and make a big deal. Like JJ acts like purity culture is a weapon. Sorry, JJ, it's true. And I'm like, JJ, how many people have you been in with? And she's like all proud. She's like 3. And I'm like, oh, okay. I was a good little Christian. I was with one person, on purpose. I had a lot of chances, like I don't give a fuck about purity culture. And just because somebody is in a relationship, and they have relations in that relationship doesn't mean they're a tramp. And even if they do like sex, are they actually a tramp? Like, what year are we in?
How embarrassing do you have to be to come to the internet and everyone tell out the world you got a clap?
I don't know. Like, you're telling the world you have a floppy leg. At least the clap is like curable.
Pathetic.
Did she fart or is that the dog? Did you hear that? Was that gas? It felt like it was gas. I don't know. Is that your new middle name? Julie T. Virgo? Julie fucking Virgo? Julie F. Virgo? I don't know. I don't know. Let me see. I'm catching up. I have to toggle back and forth because I don't have my dual monitor set up. So bear with me. I'm scrolling through the comments. I'm trying to respond to y'all. Yes, yes. So Steve likes to get people to do his dirty work. See Wolf, for example. Suffering succotash, I'm Wolf. Whoop, whoop. Or see Alice at one point, or see Red's Rhetoric, or see, like, yeah, that's what he does. And RH was that for a little bit. And there's a video where he's supporting RH, and he's like, RH is like, yeah, so like I got 6 ROs from my exes, and I can explain. And Steve's like, no need to explain because we know that women lie. Yeah, yeah, real thing that happens, like madness, completely madness. And so he introduced this guy and tries to use him as a weapon. That's kind of what he did. I mean, he I didn't know who Unirock was until Steve tried to befriend Unirock with Red's Rhetoric, and he tried to sick Unirock on myself and my friends. That's how I started interacting with Unirock in 2018, is like Unirock actually attacking me. And so he tried to weaponize Unirock. Well, I guess he didn't think that we were going to be rational people that would actually try to talk to Unirock. And one by one, we started talking to Unirock, and Unirock was persuaded. And then also, as soon as he started getting persuaded and asking questions, Steve was like, "Unirock's the devil." And so then they started a feud, right? But yeah, like, yeah, I don't know. Let's see, Stacy. It doesn't make someone a tramp just because they have more than one person would hit that. That's true. That's true. I just think it's very like ancient thinking. It's like, it's really kind of interesting. In 2024, we have somebody that's calling people a tramp, because essentially they're, like they caught something that's incredibly common. Like it's just so stupid.
If you were in that live last night and you believed anything these people
All it takes is one time for somebody to sleep with someone else or not know. All it takes is that one time.
said about me, don't bother coming to me. Because I don't want to know. I don't want to know a single fucking one of you.
I mean, I think that's kind of a mutual thing. And I think most of us don't really want to know you either.
Someone did say, Julie fucking Virgo,
Julie fucking Virgo.
that I was jealous that Rodag passed the torch to Jugs, not me.
All right, hands in chat. How many people think that Welsh was jealous of Jugs? How many people think that Welsh was jealous of Jugs and wanted to have the torch, that she wanted to be special? Green Soul Sufi, I missed your face. Hello. Green Soul is a very interesting dude to talk with. He's from the Great Debate days. I'm fucking raking. I think that's the first time I've seen you in my chat. Hello. Let's see here. Yeah. you're cheated on. You could be faithful to somebody for 20 years, and all it takes is for them to be like, you know what, I'm bored and I want to try new things, and they don't tell you, and then like boom, and you could be a faithful person, and then even you've been in there. Wait, you've been married. I've been married for over 20 years. You've been married for over 18 years. I would not be surprised if he's run around on you. I would not be surprised. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen him. I don't know what he looks like, but I wouldn't be shocked. You might want to get tested.
Are you fucking serious? I'm not Roadhog. I can't do what he does.
You can't do what he does. Well, what is it that you would like to do? Would you like to collect some ROs? Would you like to be really crude and disgusting? Would you like the police at your house and say to the police officer when they ask about you choking your significant other, say, you know, bitches like that sort of thing? Because he said that live. Is that the kind of stuff you want to do? What kind of stuff do you want to do? Do you want to have incest fantasies and project it upon everybody else? Is that what you want? Like what kind of things do you think you could do, just like Roadhog? Like what are you looking for? Jugs lives in Riverdale. She lives in Riverdale. Jugs was like one of the big people that was in the pig pen that you would see quite often as a supporter and a chatter and stuff like that. And I just know her from being a dick to me in a chat before, but I don't really know her. But for whatever reason, she's moved away, and and you know what? If she's gonna do better, hopefully, you know, she's not really in my world, so I'm not gonna hold a grudge per se. I don't think she's suddenly a saint, but like, hey, if she's gonna leave the pig pen, let her leave the pig pen, you know? Um, let's see. I only know Jugs. If the Jugs who steamed her vag on a live. Wait, vag steaming, is that a thing? Like, is it because your labia is too like extra and you have to like what like I have questions. I have like big questions. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Okay, do you hear those noises? That's gotta be a dog. That's gotta be a dog. I just heard either that or just her husband sleeping next to her or she has massive gas and I don't know which.
Roadhog
Goddamn smacking.
does his thing, and that's what he does.
Roadhog does his thing. He harasses women. He's awful to his wife. His wife is awful to him. He's awful to his kids, saying that they're stupid live on YouTube. He's awful to all sorts of people. He does his thing. You're fine with it. You're totally cool with that, right? What on earth? Streamed the vag, not steamed the vag. Okay, that makes a little more sense though. I think that's against YouTube's terms and services unless they've adjusted things to Elon level.
Does. And that is not me. I couldn't come on every day arguing with people.
No, probably not because you would cry a lot.
Some people enjoy doing it, some people don't. And I'm just one of those who don't.
So leave YouTube. Why are you begging for subs on Twitter, whining, whinging about how you don't have subs? It's not fair. So and so's been on the internet for 6 months and I've been on for years and I only have X amount of subs. Cry me a river.
I didn't need the torch passed to me. And if I really cared about the numbers, do you think I would have been posting for the last 2 months? Despite having a really bad chest infection. Despite
the chest infection, is that like the weird wheezing we're hearing in the background? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's your dog.
being laid up in bed for over a month.
Oh, dang. It's too bad it was only a month.
And do you think last year that I was posted more than I did? I'm pretty sure if I was that worried about the numbers, I would have posted a hell of a lot more. But you know what? I don't care. I don't care about the numbers. I don't care about stupid fucking people.
Julie would like an update on your chest and lungs. How you doing on that?
And you do realise, Julie, you're only a couple of hours away from me.
Whoa!
Be a nice
Whoa!
drive.
Whoa! That escalated quickly. What? Let's go back. What did you say? Yeah, you said something like that to Josh. I live close to you, Josh. I remember that.
Be a nice drive, wouldn't it?
Whoa, what? Let me go back.
Be a nice drive, wouldn't it?
Oh, that's not back far enough. I got all the smacks though. Hang on. Oh, no.
Fucking people. And you do realise, Julie, you're only a couple of hours away from me.
You do realize, Julie, you're only a couple of hours away from me. She's like one step from saying, I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up, bitch. Like, whoa, whoa. Listen, listen, listen. Julie's cat Blossom could take you. You probably don't want to say things like that. like her cat would be like, "Rawr!" And then there would be tears. Bring tissues for the scratches and also tears. Also, hey, you went to jail on Christmas. Remember your sad tear story? Well, you know what's after Christmas is Epiphany, which is about this time of year. We're actually a little bit past it now. But Epiphany is when the wise men visited Jesus, right? And it's celebrated. Hey, why not get a jail story for Epiphany too? Bring your tissues.
Be a nice drive, wouldn't it?
Weirdo.
But you know
What is she slurping on? My God. Come on over, baby. What? Ooh. Welsh is going to beat you with her floppy leg. You better watch out, Julie. Oh my God. Hi, Sherry. Good to see you. Good to see you. Cassandra, good to see you. It's been a hot minute since I've seen Sherry.
what? You ain't worth it.
Can you imagine Welsh just sort of hobbling after you? Like, come here. What? Her wig falls off. Like, what's happening?
Wouldn't waste my fuel on someone like you. You think
Welsh is living the thug life.
you're better than everybody else. We've all seen what you said about everyone. And now you're kissing JJ's ass.
Where was the lie? We've seen what you said. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure she's not afraid that you've seen what she said. So maybe the snoring's the dog in the background. I don't know. I don't know. Like it's bizarre. My friend, sometimes guest, sometimes uh, mod. She does everything. Maya wants to know what the fuck is happening. Well, back in the day, Steve introduced a band named Roadhog. Roadhog is an abusive son of a bitch from this great state of Indiana and embraces everything about the worst of Indiana in one person. Roadhog collects ROs like it's candy. Roadhog collects ROs quicker than McRae does. Like it's yeah. So he's overtly nasty. So back in the days, Roadhog was introduced to other communities by Steve. And Roadhog was like, oh, well, yeah, let me explain my 6 ROs from all my ex-wives. And Steve's like, no need, no need. We know women lie all the time. Let me tell you about Katie Joy. And so I think the hopes was that Steve could weaponize yet another psycho on his behalf. And eventually they had a falling out of sorts, or Roadhog was just so bad that it was untenable for him to defend and ever have any serious conversations. Either way, Steve sort of backed away from Roadhog eventually. But if you've never noticed, Steve likes to weaponize really bizarre, weirdo people. Wolf is one of them. Like right now, Wolf's like screaming, "Pull up, pull up!" And he calls me holy testicle because he thinks that's clever because he's like 13 or something. I don't know. And then he sounds like he never has his teeth inside of his mouth. Like I think he just is all gums, but he's a wolf that we're supposed to take seriously. And he's always defending Megan. Well, no, Megan's a mod for Steve McRae. Megan's a mod for EKC. So like all these people are sort of connected. Megan is like also in Roadhog's chat, and she's what we call part of the pig pen, just like Welsh Rose here in the pig pen. So anyway, they're just like a nasty bunch of mother effers that just like love each other and are awful to other people. Roadhog chronically hates women. He's got ROs on him, and it's just awful. And she's just down and cool with it. She's cool with it. She's fine. Anyway, there's a big falling out. She had a chance to leave, and she's like, "No, I'm going to stay. I'm a big Roadhog fan. This is the best." Yeah. Um, Mama Mama Virgo is fantastic. Like she's hilarious. Yes. Let's see here.
Steph TMXA, and None of the Housewife, and who else? Selfie Queen Cindy. Keep kissing ass.
Selfie Queen City out of that whole bunch is the one that could have the best channel. You should have like befriended her and left Roadhog. You would have done so much better. If you didn't like drama like you say, that's what you would have done. But that's not who you are. That's not who you are at all. You pretend like that's who you are, but that is definitely not who you are.
Because anyway, you'll get anywhere. At the end of the day, you're pathetic. You're so fucking pathetic, you L'Oreal.
Like floppy leg pathetic? Like locked in jail on Christmas pathetic? Like what kind of pathetic are we looking for?
You think that you did something. You really fucking ate with our life last night. 5 hours, and what did you show? What did you show in 5 fucking...
To be fair, they took a long time to show anything, like a really long time. And if it was a planned stream, like Popcorn said, like it looked like a very unplanned stream.
hours? Absolutely nothing. Because you certainly had...
Actually, they don't even have to show anything. We all know because we've seen things with our own eyes. Like it doesn't take much to show because we've all seen it before. This is just a rerun. I do like watching weird people. It's true. It's the thing. Oh, don't look, Scott. You'll be offended. If you don't like Shani for Christ, you will definitely not like Welsh.
nothing on me. Because it never fucking happened. So I'm now back to posting. And I'm just going to say what the fuck I like when I like. Whether you guys like it or not, I don't fucking care.
Oh, please do. Let's entertain us more. Yes. Say whatever the fuck you like. Yeah.
Because I'm not taking a blind bit of notice. I'm going to come on and I'm going to do my content my way. And
I'm going to continue being a shit person, okay? Don't you try to tell me anything different, all right? Holy shit, Sherry. That's a lot. That's scary. I hope you're doing better. My God. Anything with the hips is like super, super scary because it is your hip supports so much of your body, and so yeah.
I don't care what people got to say about it, especially you lot. Everyone in that live stream last night. If you think I care, think again.
Show of hands. Do you think Rose cares? I think she cares. I think she cares. It's true, like she's been out of mind for like a long time. Like I just now was like, oh, Ro Welsh wants to be seen. Okay, I'll let you be seen.
You're all pathetic.
You're all pathetic.
So I'm going to put this up now. And I'm just going to prepare for a proper video later today or tomorrow.
Oh joy, we've got more videos coming.
So, whoever stuck this out, thank you. I hope you know that I would never say something like I've been accused of. Ever. It's really sad what
You actually say and do a lot of things that you're being accused of. Like we watch that go down. Like it's what you do.
JJ's daughter went through.
Remember when so back in the days when I didn't know much about like the KJ community, like the anti-KJs and stuff like that. Back in the days, I was more of like great debate, stuff like that, and I was watching from the outside, sort of like, like that meme from Twilight looking down the balcony. And, the she shall not be named person was on a stream with Kay. I remember this weird wigged haired woman with pink hair or something like that, like some rainbow bright color. And she was on there with Kay and she was trying to say, get off this live stream with me, psycho person. I want to have a one-on-one chat with you, blah, blah, blah. She was trying to pull the weirdo that they were trying to suss out on a one-on-one chat. Do you remember that? Yeah, that's Welsh. Welsh has got all the best taste. Remember who she was befriending then? And wasn't that when they were spamming the I stand with that psychopath? Remember that? Yeah, yeah.
I'm glad that she's okay. I wouldn't wish anyone to be hurt like that. As for JJ and the rest of them, they can go fuck themselves. If you made it this far, please stick a heart in the comments, and I shall see you all soon.
Okay, well done. Yeah, see, I had been shown that. Gosh, I had forgotten it, and someone had showed me this like a while ago, and then I just registered it to memory because at that point I had some run-ins with Welsh, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna remember this then. This is the whole thing. Yep. Yes. So she's got this weird thing about befriending absolute unhinged people, people that are over the top, people that do evil things. And she's upset that we think like, hey man, I guess you're evil because you're hanging out with evil people. Like it's a thing. Like, um, yeah, yeah. All right. I can share a link if you want to join the stream. That's all I got for Welsh right now. She's kind of boring. Oh wait, I have one more thing for Welsh actually. Hang on. One more thing, actually. I forgot. I forgot. Let me find it. Please entertain yourselves while I do a little search here. I'm so organized. I'm very organized. This is a professional stream, by the way. Make sure you join my Patreon. Just kidding, I don't have a Patreon. Let's see. I love how I typed in my own name and right after Holy Spackle, it comes up Holy Spackle's gay. Cool. Yes, people make videos about that. Let me see here. That's a G-Man video, that is. Let me see here. Do 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 do. Mm, there it is. Oh wait, is that the one? Oh no, that's a live stream. I don't want to do another live stream. That would be weird. That's not the one. This is the one. That's right. Okay, found the thing. I found it. Do 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 do. We need more Marios in life. You can decide what that means.
Hey everyone, how are you doing? Okay, so I didn't know whether to go live or make a video, but I'm pissed. Real pissed. So all plans I had today with filming have gone completely out the window because I'm too pissed off. Right, here's what's happening. Not that long ago, Josh had a video up with a child in the background in his underwear. Now, I'm pretty sure that most of you are already aware of this.
And he was refusing to take it down.
So I went to him, I showed him the image that people were seeing, and I let him know where it was in the video. And he was adamant that he wasn't being bullied into taking it down, blah 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 blah. Well, most of us are aware of the shit show that was Tyra and her son's videos. Now, I didn't want that going on for a month again. And I had an innocent child being used in another debate, being held to an argument for weeks and weeks. We all know Tyler is more than probably likely able to take that video down, but it's still up regardless. So I went to Josh. I tried to ask him to take it down. I literally saw it and I took it to him. Others may have known about it longer than me, but that's not the point. In a debate, I got mad. I got pissed. And I was prepared to say anything it took to get that video taken down. Now here's what I said. Maybe I was wrong saying what I said. I don't know. You tell me. What I said was, take it down in the next 2 hours, or I'm going to go to your local police.
Because we both live in the UK. I laugh about it, I go.
But I was being sarcastic. I know my sense of humour confuses some people. I was annoyed, I was concerned, and I was pissed. Do I know where Josh lives? Hell no. Do I know that he lives in the UK? Yes, because he's spoken about it. Do I know where in the UK he lives? No. Josh could live anywhere between where I am in South Wales to Northern Ireland, as far as I'm concerned. He could be in Blackpool. He could be in, I don't know, Liverpool. He could be in Scotland. It all comes under the UK. So I said what needs to be said.
And that is Welsh. Again, with the threatening, oh, you live close to me, bullshit that she does. And this time it's calling. By the way, the little boy in the background was a friend's kid who they were staying, I guess, with them or something. And he kind of ran into the background really briefly, very, very briefly. And he was wearing pajamas. Pajamas, you sick pervert. What is with you guys and your incest and weird obsessions? Like, it's creepy as fuck. Like, your whole clan is. She's gonna go full Karen mode. I know, right? Like, she's something. I don't know. Um, she wants to be considered nice, but she hangs out with the sleaziest people ever. And then she's like, "Why are you mean to me? I'm not mean to anybody." Yeah, you are. You're a mean, cruel, evil little bitch, a sad little monster who has a disability. And sometimes I felt sorry for you, so I'd leave you alone, but not anymore. Not anymore. I'm sorry, but your disability shield's been shattered. We don't care anymore. We don't care anymore. You're a piece of shit. Nobody likes you. You can be like in the Shanny for Christ category. That's just fine. But yeah, thank you for that. See, she's got the smacking thing. It just doesn't that that has to get under control. Like, I don't know. If you're gonna go live, the smacking thing needs to you need to get that under control. It's like a big pop in the microphone and it just sounds nasty. Nasty. All right. So if you want to join the stream, and I know you, and you'll have to say something like particular, because people do steal each other's avatars, and I've done that before, and I'm like, oh, I know, you're tricky, tricky. So if you'd like to join the stream, you're gonna have to say something very particular to me that I'd be like, oh yeah, I know it's you. So you can figure out what that would be. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'll put out a link. If you'd like to join, I'll give that opportunity. If not, then I'll close the stream. So let me go ahead and let me make sure. I just got reminded I want to cancel my StreamYard for a little bit. There we go. There is a link in the chat. There's a link in the chat. Oh my gosh, who is this holy eggs person? Show yourself. That's it. You're gone. I don't know who that person was. I could watch some Megan. Megan's always entertaining, but they're a lot more long-winded and it's more involved. It's way more involved. It's one of those things. Um, in the meantime, let me see. Is there anything quick that's funny? I'll take a quick look at my studio, make sure nothing's going on. Let's see. Julie, go up. You are invited if you would like, but if you don't want to, it's totally understandable. Some people got better things to do. All right, hang on. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll find it this way. Let's see. Okay, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is say something that would be unique that I would know it was actually you. And then I can pull you up. Pull up, pull up. Or I can take a risk and pull you up and then put something in front of you until you prove yourself. We could do that too. Oh, there you are. Okay.
Can you
What's
hear
up?
me?
I can hear you.
I kept saying, "Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, how y'all doing?" So,
Oh, yeah, but you say that publicly, right? So, like,
all right, well, fair enough.
that's
But
true. So, do you feel unsafe because Welsh wants to pull up, I guess?
honestly, I'm so unsafe. Shaking in my boots. So, I mean, she actually knows my old address, so I'm very worried. She could meet me in my old street, you know.
I wonder how fast she moves. Can you just picture her like kind of hobbling at you like a glob?
I know. I mean, I don't know. Just she's such a weird. I mean, she's just an explainable person. So unfortunate looking, and then also such an unfortunate personality. It's
Yeah, it seems unfair in life to get both, right?
exactly it does. It seems she was definitely not dealt the good cards. She was last in line when it came to both looks and a personality. So
So why do you think she's obsessed with you? Like you hardly said a word compared to everybody else about her. Like you barely tapped her in chat compared to everybody else, and yet she just keeps bringing your silly fucking Virgo name up.
well, I suppose because well, I did make that community post about her after the first video. I don't know. I just think she just dislikes me. I forget what actually happened. That because I remember one time she sent me an unsolicited foot picture, of her swollen feet. So, I mean, what changed, Welsh? What happened between us?
Wait, she sent you a foot picture?
An unsolicited picture of her swollen feet.
Was it like after a conversation, like on a Twitter thread or something? Like
No,
that
it was
would
an
have like a reason?
Instagram. It was an Instagram, and she just
Oh
sent it.
God.
And she was, I think that was at the time she was falling out with Yaya, and she was needing advice or something. But I was actually in Yaya's. I think I was more in Yaya's side with that argument because it was over. It seemed that Welsh was jealous, like about that. Welsh wanted to go live that night, but she had to keep modding for Yaya because Yaya kept going live every night about Roadhog, and then um, it just seemed weird. Like it was more a jealousy thing. So I think I understood Yaya's point more at that point. Um, I forget when it was, but she sent me it anyway, and it just was unsolicited, and it was totally unnecessary. She did send me a Jeffree Star makeup palette that she got spared in a mystery box, so which was nice of her. But you know, I did offer her the money for it, but she did send me the one that was used. It's not like she sent me the new one that she got in a mystery box. There was no mirror on it, but I still appreciated it. I don't have it now, obviously. Too.
Oh, she sent you that? Interesting.
Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah. She's got like some interesting choices with her makeup and wig uh status. I don't know how to say it, but it's interesting choices. Interesting choices.
yeah. That was a nude palette though, so that was just like normal colours. Not normal colours, like you know what I mean? Typical colours like light browns and stuff.
Do you
But
think they would be colors that Meg would approve? Because she really doesn't like it when people have no lips.
I'm not sure. Maybe ask Wolf about that. Flower power colours. A flower power palette would be nice. No.
Flower palette. She just seemed to be really stuck on red lipstick. Like she demanded that everybody have red lipstick. And like everybody have red lipstick? Does everybody look good at red?
Well, Welsh Rose didn't look good in red lipstick, as we seen in that video that you played. So, no, red lipstick is not for everyone.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
So, I was going to ask, is Welsh Rose still get that video up of our tragic jail at Christmas time story?
I don't know. Do you want me to look? I can look.
Yeah.
It was really interesting, to say the least, that she just had such a terrible time on Christmas and got arrested. And we were told ahead of time. She advertised it and said that we would cry and to bring Kleenex. It literally that. In fact, I think I have a screenshot of that. Where is that? Let me see. I had it at the beginning. Yes. Yeah, 10 p.m. to avoid the trolls. It'll be scribers only. Bring tears. You will cry. Like trigger warning.
I know, like, seriously. I was expecting, like, a really sad story about, like, I don't know, something you'd hear in, like, true crime channels, like, oh, you know, my boyfriend actually was a pimp and I ended up getting arrested when I went out on a date night with him and it turned out that was his brothel or something. But then... What? No, I did not. I'm talking about, for God's sake, I'm saying that's what I expected Welsh to say, but actually, she apparently got arrested and kept in custody for a while because she said to a police officer, I could kill her about her abusive mother or someone that was abusive. I don't know. It just, that story does not make sense to anyone that understands or has a basic understanding of UK law. But who am I?
In order to be lit up, you're gonna have to show me who you are. What the hell? And then I'll let you up. Obviously, if you're who I think you are, I know what you look like. So you can either flip on your camera, or if you don't feel comfortable with that, that's cool. You can just tell me what the last TikTok video is that you sent me. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I know who you are. Okay, let me go ahead and we'll go ahead and take
Who's up?
the banner off.
I can't see because Welsh's face is in the way, and that's offensive.
Yeah, let me take Welsh's face out of the way, and then you can introduce yourself. Actually, introduce yourself first before. So Arkansas Daisy's up here. Hi, Arkansas Daisy.
Hi, my name's Arkansas Daisy.
Oh my God. I've not even
I'm broken.
seen the picture yet. I'm dying to see the picture.
Yeah, let me get that. I'm a little out of practice, don't mind me. Okay, let me flip this on and off.
Oh,
Look, it's LB. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Hi, Arkansas Daisy. I love your hair.
I love your hair, Arkansas Daisy.
It's my hair too. It's real.
Oh, not from Team U then.
I think Julie's making fun of me for having a disability.
Oh, actually, that was Sparkle. She mentioned your leg. I only asked about the wig.
Yeah, I wanted to know, like, if like you'd lost your leg in some sort of ATV accident in Arkansas or something, because I feel like that's what you all do.
I said I could lose my leg because it stays swollen all the time. There's nothing that it can do for swollen legs.
Have you tried compression socks?
I have to find a new headset. I will be right back.
Okay.
Wasn't it that she said she was making out like as if she was going to lose her leg, and you asked her, and she was like, "No, it's numb. I can't feel it."
Yeah.
And it's like, "Well, you
She
still have
said,
a leg."
well, I think I had like she was so offended when I said, why are you gonna lose your leg? Is it necrotic or something? Because she kept saying I could lose my leg. I'm gonna lose my leg. It's just like around the corner. And I was just like, why? Like,
I know. I mean, that does sound like an amputation. I mean, come on.
yeah, like it just sounded like amputation was imminent. And from the video I saw, like it didn't make sense because I mean I've seen some nasty shit. Like my aunt who passed away, she got an infection from diabetes. Anyway, fast forward, like her foot looked like it should have been chopped off. It was like black. It was looking necrotic. Like it was looking awful, and they saved it. So it's amazing what they can save and what they can't save. But like I just saw a little bit of swelling and somebody limping and acting like their leg was floppy, and it seemed a little forced. So yeah, I was like, like
Where,
what's
where
going
did you
on
see
there?
that? Why can't I
She put
remember
it on
that?
she put it on Twitter. She put it on Twitter. I remember showing I think I showed TT it and I was like, what's going on there? What's
I
happening?
can't remember that.
So when she flopped it, it looked like she was like force flopping it. Like it like I don't know. It just looked really weird. So
What, she
so yeah.
flopped her leg?
Yeah, she was flopping her leg around. She's like, look, I can't even walk. Like, and I
Oh,
was like, oh.
I only remember, was that not in, it might have not been. I remember in response to no, it was Yaya, I think, when her and Yaya fell out, and Yaya, I think, questioned or if her disability was genuine, and she put up a picture of herself in her wheelchair, but I don't remember the leg flapping. So I miss all the good stuff. No, actually, I take that back because I had to see the swollen feet, and I never asked for that.
That's so weird to just send it there without any like back and forth. Like you would think that maybe there would at least be a back and forth of like, yeah, I'm dealing with this thing. Oh, you, oh my God, what's happening? Are you okay? Blah blah blah. And then maybe without warning, you could show it and stuff. Green Soul, you're going to be so lost in this. I'm not going to bring you up on this one because you don't know the person. But on another one where we're talking about somebody that maybe you know, I totally invite you. So, but I don't think this is the one for you. But good to see you, Green Soul. But because you absolutely do not know these people, I think it would be weird. I mean, maybe you're into psychology. Maybe you should talk to these people. So there's a lot of weird
Maybe he's
people.
coming up here to tell you guys to stop making fun of the way I talk.
Oh,
What's in your mouth?
oh.
What's in your mouth?
Mostly just spit that I won't like get rid of.
Oh.
Hey, how you doing? You can hear me?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna put you backstage soon because you
No,
don't know
no.
the
I
players,
just, I
but I want
just,
to say hi.
I just wanted to say hi. That's all. I
Oh,
haven't seen you
good
in a
to see
while,
you.
so yeah, it was good to see you too.
I haven't seen you in ages, man, like ages.
I'm still doing the same shit. So
Are you
nothing's
hanging out
really
with Brojo?
changed.
I can't handle Brojos anymore. I've lost my patience with the conservatives. I can't do it anymore. I will lose my
Oh,
shit, and every time I engage with Brojo, they're like liberal, Arr!" And I'm like, I'm
uh,
fatigued.
well,
Yeah,
I'm a liberal, and I get it all the time, but it to me it's
yeah,
comical. I don't know.
yeah,
I just keep
yeah. I
smiling. It
yeah.
doesn't emotionally attach me. I just have a good time.
Right, right.
Uh,
Well,
uh,
you're really hard to shake up. You've always been really hard to shake up. So good
oh,
to see you.
nice to see you.
I wanted to just say hi real quick, and I will put you backstage just because, like, you
No
absolutely
problem. No,
don't know these people.
yeah, it's
Nice to
okay.
meet you.
Hey, nice to meet
Yeah, this
you.
Green Soul. This is
Nice to
Julie
meet you.
Virgo. This is Arkansas Daisy.
Oh, that's a nice name.
I'm a very
Yeah.
Yeah.
proud leftist, very proud left
Okay.
winger. So,
By the way, Julie, where are you from?
Glasgow, Scotland.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, yeah, I know a couple people from over there, and they have the same accent.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
It's very
definitely,
bold.
definitely, yeah,
It's a
definitely.
bold accent.
Yeah, it's very bold.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's really fun to listen to.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
it's very unique, and I definitely have fun from people from there. I'm just afraid to go there because I saw the movies like Train Spotting and Braveheart.
Oh, true.
So like I was like maybe I shouldn't visit.
I
Yeah.
know what state you're from. You're from a tough state. You could handle Scotland. You can handle Scotland.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll
I mean,
see.
Glasgow Central Station on a Saturday night
Mhm.
is a bit like Train Spotting, even although that was Edinburgh. I think
Yes, yes. I heard.
Glasgow's better though.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just like
Maybe go up there and visit the Loch Ness Monster. That whole place there. Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know. I'm sure it's beautiful. Sure it's beautiful. Uh,
meh.
well, you said it, not
To
me.
us it looks. To us it looks beautiful. We see these pictures of the Highlands. We're like, oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, look at these castles. They're amazing.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I mean,
But
it's probably just like the tourist pictures they show us here, like come visit California.
Yeah,
They're not showing you the homeless camps.
yeah,
that's true. That's true.
or the council estates or anything like that. I mean, that's the way up in the Highlands.
Right.
That's not
Uh-huh.
really populated. So, well, it is, but barely.
It looks like I'm getting the topic off track. So you know what? Let me just go.
Okay. Well, it's good to see you, Green
Yeah,
Soul.
yeah. But you know what? I'll come next time if there's another topic. I'm down
Yeah.
to,
I might I
you
might
know,
do open panels again that have floating topics and stuff like that. That was kind of good
yeah,
stuff. And it's like a
definitely.
mixer, you know. So
I'm starting to actually do hangouts a little bit more frequently. Um, so I'm starting to do some stuff, you know,
oh good.
and I'm starting a band, you know,
What
a band like a
are
music band. Yeah.
is Christopher Mowdy in it? Is he your bass player?
No, I am the bass player.
Okay. I
Yeah,
play
I'm
the
a
bass
bass.
too.
Yeah, I'm a bass player. Yeah,
I have
I've
a
been doing that.
Schecter.
Say
Yeah,
again?
okay. I have a
Yeah,
Schecter bass. I play bass.
yeah. I just got a Squire, but four
Okay.
stringer. But I'm getting there. So
I do four
I,
strings. Yeah.
of course.
I feel like
Yeah,
I have tiny little hands though, like Mowdy with his like 9-string bass, and he's like all over the place.
yeah.
I'm
I
not.
can't do
I'm
that.
I am a dabbler. I was in a church band for goodness sakes. Like I don't
Mhm,
play like that. A 4-string bass will do just fine. Like it'll just be
definitely.
fine.
I'm
Well,
more
good for
into like
you.
yeah.
I love music.
Yeah,
I'll
awesome.
tell you what, if you ever get a chance to play live, which is something that I've gotten to do, which is pretty cool. It is a good experience, even if you're like for a little group or like a pub or something like that. It is fun. It's just really fun. So I
You,
hope you
you
do
know,
well.
yeah. Thank you. And nice to meet you, Arkansas, and Julie, and
Nice to meet you too.
nice to meet you too. All right, peace.
Bye bye. Right.
Bye.
That's Green Soul Sufi. I have an interview with him. He is a very interesting fellow. He is a Sufi Muslim, liberal, and he's into psychology. He's a very interesting person. Anyway, back to Welsh Rose and the shenanigans.
Back to the most intelligent conversation on your channel.
Exactly. This is what I'm here for. This is what I started here. No, I didn't. I fell into Lol's cow watching by totally accident. Like we started with serious conversations and then I don't know. People just started getting more and more ridiculous, like the G-Mans of the world, and we're just like, and Chanting for Christ and stuff like that. We're just like, oh, well, that's it. Everybody gave up, and they're just like, lols. So it kind of drifted. And so I still like to kind of watch weirdos, and I think a lot of us in chat do as well, I've noticed. So I mean, I admit it. And I think it's somebody mentioned that they think it's an extension of reality TV, sort of like you get to interact with some of the weirdos just a little bit. Maybe that's some of it. I don't
Yeah,
know,
I think
but
so. I
So,
think
are we gonna watch the one where she told you to bring Kleenex or something like that?
oh yeah, I got sidetracked because of Sophie. Please chat it up. I'm gonna look again. She's got a lot of weird things on her channel, and I'm scrolling through trying to find it. If you can find it, let me know and put it in the private chat. I'm still scrolling. Um, I mean, like her titles are things like "This ends here,"
oh,
like this, like it's
so
this
dramatic.
needs to stop. F's like this is real. This is like her titles. Um, okay, Michelle's debate. I know it's not that. How many years ago was it? I
She's
think it
so
maybe is 2 years ago at
maybe
least.
she's quite like psychotic. Like watching that video about her with Josh, that is creepy behaviour. And their minds
Hmm.
always go to the worst possible place. I mean, they are all perfect for each other. So
Right. I have a friend who's his child's autistic and he does not like clothes and he just doesn't. And so he'll rip off his shirt and stuff like that and he'll run around in his like, shorts only. And so she's been on camera talking in Discord or something and she doesn't mean to have him on camera, but he'll run up, behind and it's not in a live, but he'll run up and behind and be like, "Mom, I want to show you this." People don't automatically go, "Oh my God, you creepy person." Like it's just bizarre. It's a bizarre jump to make. And I think partially they made the jump. One, they don't like him. Two, they are perverts. Three, he's gay. He's gay. He's an enemy, and they're perverted, and it's disgusting. And they just I don't know. Like it's just gross. Like I don't know. People don't make these jumps normally. Like most people know that kids will, run around and they're, PJs. Using PJs for goodness sakes. Like it was
I know,
just over the top.
I know. We call on the police. Like what? Is that what she said? She'll call the police.
Yeah, it was her and I think it was Yaya,
Oh,
not Jackie. I think it was her and Yaya that were making a big deal.
Gary Busey.
Oh my
I
Yeah. Oh,
don't I'm just reading these titles here. I don't care how much you sugarcoat that.
oh,
Are you serious? That's your daughter. Oh, whoa. Um, I don't know. I don't know the names that I'm looking for, and I'm looking for some sort of, obviously it should say something about Christmas, right?
I think so.
God, it's Christmas
Oh,
time.
she has an anti-trans video. Interesting. Interesting. Okay.
What? The anti-trans. Who was it about?
I don't know. I haven't clicked on it yet, but her title says, "Can we please allow children the space to grow?" So I immediately think it's probably to do with puberty blockers and the anti-trans rhetoric that they have, where they're just like, "Oh my gosh, they're mutilating children. Circumcision's okay." So like
Right.
I'm assuming it's the usual rhetoric, and throw in the word groomer and whatnot, and I cannot stand that shit because it's never like really honest about the situation. I think there's room for nuanced conversations. The problem is it's full of bigots that are fucking everybody up, and it makes it very difficult to have conversations that might be are worth having. Like there are some people that are non-binary and maybe they shouldn't be trans, right? Maybe they're on the more not my, but that's a nuanced conversation between people that actually care about each other, not somebody that's just really a bigot.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking real quick. I cannot find it. I'm trying, but
I think she deleted it because we made fun of it.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh.
There's nothing that really stands out that looks like it's it.
We don't
Oh,
have.
there's one that says, oh, I got excited because I saw trigger warning, but it's just Roe versus Wade. Okay.
I've been looking for the hair. Like, all right, where's that hair at?
Oh yeah, because all of our wigs. That's usually a standout staple. But then sometimes she like uses the same picture of herself in the thumbnails, like the ones recently.
Yeah. I hear squeaking like someone's on
Oh,
it sounds
it's my fireplace, sorry.
Oh, really? How does it make that noise?
I don't know, it's electric, so I don't know why it makes that noise.
What's the light?
Oh,
The light of it, I
what,
think.
you know what it sounds exactly like to me? It's reminiscent of swinging on swings, and you know how it makes that.
Horrible, I know. I'm not used to it now, but it's horrible with that. Yeah.
It's
Oh,
not that horrible. It's better than Welsh's smacking.
that's true. But it's off
That's
now.
horrible. I don't know. I don't see it, Stacey. I've gone through a couple times. Oh, there's the pink wig. I think I'm getting closer.
It's an old one.
Ooh, there's the rainbow one. Now the rainbow one's too far because the rainbow one is the she shall not be named days, where she's like, "Come talk to me, stupid idiot.
But
Come
she
here,
did
shark.
wear that wig a
Let's
lot.
be friends." What's that?
She did wear that wig a lot.
Yeah.
The rainbow one.
I found one about Christmas time and quitting YouTube because of Yaya, but I didn't find that one.
So she
How,
didn't delete her
how
one.
long is that one? How long is that one?
It was like 16 minutes.
Let's watch that one. Can you link it in the private chat here on the side here? Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Yes, that's what kids do. They run around. Kids are kids. They're innocent. Leave them alone.
I know, Welsh, and by the way, I made that comment knowing you have children. That was my point. Thank you.
Listen, we saw how you were with Henry. We feel like you're very. Oh my God. This video is terrifying. Apparently I'm 5 minutes into this video. Did you give me the stamp on purpose, or did I just watch it at some point?
No, I just was like fast forwarding it to see if it was that video, and that's when I realized she was complaining about Yaya. It just happened to be where I fast forwarded it to.
It's pretty terrifying looking. Let's put it up. Trigger warning. All right, guys. I'm really serious. Trigger warning. Jowls incoming.
My God.
Hi,
Recently,
Kitty. Good to see you.
and I realised that. And it was pointed out to me, thank you to the person who did.
I hate her diction, like her rhythm of speech.
In recent months, I've let my standards drop badly. Things that I wouldn't have stood.
And they go
She-
even lower, Welsh. They go even lower.
Her diction is like she's at a stadium and she's waiting for the echo to go through. She's like, "This day will live in infamy." Like it's just like that. Like it's really strange. I guess it's how she thinks, probably.
For
Yeah.
things I would have called out, I ignored. And I was wrong for that. I shouldn't have done that.
Like we've all had rebellious children before. Henry was
know.
rebellious.
Most of you know what's been going on with Yaya. The extent of what's been going on with Yaya.
What was going on with Yaya? Does anyone remember? It's a long time ago.
Yeah, Yaya was getting subs and she wasn't. And she blamed it on always being up helping Yaya.
Are you kidding me?
Stacey
Really?
found the Christmas video. Buttons, what's your problem? He's
Oh my
pretty
God,
like,
Christmas video? Really? Is it? Oh my God, we're switching to that one immediately. This one might have been good too, but we're gonna switch to the Christmas one.
thank God it's them instead of you.
Okay, let's see. Present. Share screen. Oh my God, it's called My Truth. Are you kidding me? Wait, that's the one I just clicked. No, is that the Christmas one? No. Which one is this? Maybe I copied the wrong one. Hang on. Cancel. Yeah, okay, so second one. Copy over. Okay, yeah, it's not called My Truth. What's this one called? I'm gonna skip her little intro here.
It's called Story Time. The year I spent Xmas behind bars.
Oh, that's
Put
just
her in
so funny.
Pash. Pull up, pull up. I feel like Wolf and Welsh could do a really good stream together. I
Oh
think
my
they match each
God.
other.
Right, I'm sorry. I've got a confession to make. Wolf is so entertaining. I do not know what he's saying, but it's enthusiasm in what he says. It's just so entertaining. I really enjoy it. Like Megan's lives, I usually couldn't like watch them. It was so boring. But then just hearing random in the background, bitch, bitch, pull up. I'm like, oh my God, I love it.
And he's like, holy testicle! It's like I'm supposed to take it serious. Like, there's so much TH in it. Like, what's happening?
I know.
Oh. He's like,
When you said who told him I was missing a testicle, I died laughing.
I know. Like, what?
who told Wolf I was missing a testicle? Who told him?
No, Wolf isn't missing a testicle. He says that Spackle's missing a testicle. And he calls Spackle Spack testicle. Mm. And then when he's ranting in the background about Spackle, you just hear, Spackle, you fucking bitch, bitch. It's like, what?
One of the last streams, he screamed in the background, and I could tell, like, she doesn't understand race or gender. Like, what? Race or gender, okay. Wolf needs to have a little science program where he explains gender to us. It'll be gold. Please, Wolf, educate us.
I would actually watch that, yes.
I would
Chance
watch
to
it.
come in. Yes, instant karma. You are more than
It'll
welcome.
be informative.
Please don't ever feel you're not.
Oh gosh.
Yes, please.
Please don't ever feel
And
you're not invited. Instant karma.
She's even got like she's sitting all like, oh my God, here we go. And she's even got her like husband preparing everything for her in this emotional stream.
Hey, Hope, sweetie, how you doing? Trust this to go messed up today, eh? Why today of all days? It's been playing up the last couple of days, and it's driving me absolutely bonkers.
Remember, this is a lady that hasn't ate for
How
a
are you
year.
doing, my darling Hope? I am okay. Nervous. Very nervous.
Y'all, are we too cruel that she's nervous? She's gonna pour her heart out in front of us.
I'm glad you said that, Julie. For a second, I thought we were watching Eugenia Cooney.
She just looks like she's withering away. She's losing weight so quickly. It's alarming.
Well, how long was it? She said she's not ate for a year or something. It was like, what?
Yeah. It's like she practically has an IV drip of Ozempic. Like it's very worrying. It's very concerning.
Very concerning.
Very, very nervous.
Is she smoking?
I
That's
would
something that's
actually take
different.
an IV drip of Ozempic, though, if somebody's paying for it.
Me too.
Is she smoking? So that's different. So in California, like we would be totally judging you for smoking with kids in the house. I'm just saying.
Good. I'm glad you both.
Also in Arkansas, we would judge for that.
Oh, good. It's not just a California thing.
Here, yeah, well, yeah, with kids in the house, definitely, but it depends if she's got a window opened or what. Some people. Your kitchen, so your kitchen, your garden. Like usually some people like smoke, but with kids in the house, it's different. Oh, that's totally different. Totally different.
Anon says, I don't know much about wigs, but I can see her natural hair above the ears. Is this a new fashion statement? She doesn't understand wigs. Like she doesn't understand how to put the like mesh the thing over it, and then sometimes there's like little glue that you can put on the top so it doesn't slip like that. She doesn't do any of that. I don't know why.
Yeah, or like styling the scalp so it looks like a scalp. She doesn't understand either.
You remember when
Right.
when Pretend Fashionista was like, your wigs look dumb or something like that? That's why I made that joke, because she was like, you're making fun of my disability. And she's like, no, I'm not. I'm making fun of your cheap ass wigs.
I know.
Yeah, Fashionista was not making fun of disability. Fashionista is pretty sensitive about disability. Like, probably kinder than I am, But like Fashionista is like was definitely making fun of like not knowing how to wear a wig. That's what it
Yeah.
was. And if not knowing how to wear a wig's the disability, then we need to talk about what disabilities are.
Yeah, I
And
know.
she was like unapologetic about it too. She's like, I was not making fun of your disability. I was making fun of your stupid ass wigs.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah.
That's why I love Pretend
Hey, Bliss
Fashionista so
Crest.
much.
She's very funny.
Thank you for coming back, Annie. Thank you all for hanging in with me.
Did she
And
say
whoever the bus is,
sparkle?
hello, you're
Coming back.
welcome.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. What?
Did she say sparkle? Thanks for coming back.
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay,
I
sorry.
don't remember being in that stream, but I don't know. Maybe I was.
That
Okay.
might have been before you asked her why she thought you would need Kleenexes.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why that offends me so much, but the idea of like you will cry, like to just tell somebody that they will cry, I don't know why that bothers me so much, but it does. Like don't you assume my empathy?
I know, like if it's
I actually still don't even know what she did to spend Christmas and like I can't make it through a whole stream.
That's true. Free Fashionista. I heard down the grapevine Fashionistas being oppressed because of a wacky Jackie or something on Twitter. I left Twitter, so I don't know. I just heard through the grapevine as Free Fashionista. Free speech, Elon. Free speech, remember?
Yeah.
But you can find us over on Blue Sky.
I'm on Blue Sky.
It's Blue Sky. Oh, I've never heard of that. But I'm not on Twitter either, really.
Blue Sky is where people who are anti-Elon like myself ran to.
Oh, I need to join it. I'm anti-Elon. Free Luigi.
There's a lot of free Luigi on Blue Sky, like a lot.
I swear I have the best subscribers on YouTube. You guys are like the best. So I'll probably give everyone, say, 10 minutes to get in.
Blue Sky is a new
I know.
alternate platform that is Twitter-like, like old school Twitter. And they don't put up with abusers. Like you can make commentary,
And
but they
I need to
don't
put my
put
story
up
out
with
before
Nazis.
anyone decides they want to try and dig. Because I've seen what it's done to other people.
Welsh, no one would try
know
in
what?
digging you.
It's not even.
No one would try in digging her. She is so dull. And second of all, you live in the UK. No one could dig in you even if they wanted to. Because that's you literally made up some story about why you went to jail, and now people, well, not now people because no one cares, but if you were like, if that was me and I went on and said the excuse why I supposedly was in jail, or Stacey did it, or you did it, people would be like, you don't get jailed for that amount of time, you know? How long was she in jail for? I forget.
Do you know how bad, like, how hard it is for me to watch her? Is I actually still haven't been paying attention to her as it's playing on this stream with you guys. I was reading the chat instead, and I totally forgot to listen.
Hey, how you doing?
It wasn't important.
I got stronger from it.
She got stronger. Whatever doesn't make you. What is it? How does that song go?
Done to so many
What
people.
doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Makes you stronger.
Stand a little taller.
That's a bit inappropriate, Stacey.
It's kind of insensitive, actually, to be singing that song to her.
You're good.
Oh
Nothing
my
has been
gosh.
said yet due to technical difficulties. And if it weren't for my backstory, I wouldn't be the person I am today.
What did you do to your back?
And I like the
kidding.
person I am today.
That's unfortunate.
I am.
I'm gonna speed her up.
So much stronger because of my past.
But it doesn't make.
It'd probably be
That is
easier if
smaller.
I had some of them compression shocks, though.
And probably a little wiser too. Because I learned the person I didn't want to be.
Jailbird.
And
so then I started hanging out with Roadhog.
that wasn't the person I was, but it was a person I could have become. And I did not want that.
Have you ever wanted to just look at someone and be like, spit it out?
You know, like being almost arrested or arrested. I mean, that stuff can happen to a lot of people for a lot of different reasons, right? You know, cops are ridiculous, at least over here. But
I feel like we're 5 minutes into this, and like she could have already said, like, here's what the fuck happened. Isn't that wild?
Right. I was almost arrested twice. One was for illegally rock climbing near the border, and one was for when I was on union strike. This bitch tried to pick a fight with me and started to like scream in my face like she was going to punch me. And because I thought she was going to hit me, I dropped my sign. I didn't throw it at her or anything like that. I dropped my sign, and the cops said I was like getting ready to assault her or something, and they had to watch the video and decide if they wanted to arrest me or not. I didn't get arrested either time. I'm just saying it can happen to anybody for some rando reason, but like this reason doesn't even make any sense to me. I'm not from the UK or anything, but I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Or a lot of tissues. Because it could become emotional at times.
See, I can't picture Grace Case getting arrested. She's so calm.
Especially when it comes to the part of being behind bars for Christmas. That was a wild time.
She crying already. Sorry, I went and got a brownie.
Good.
Look, she has a lot of empathy for herself. Okay, it starts there.
Can you guys pause it? I'm going to go grab some Kleenex.
We have Kendra.
Everybody, please grab some Kleenex. If you don't have Kleenex and you have like some Walmart off-brand, go ahead and grab that too.
And guys, toilet paper even.
Yeah, toilet paper, maybe the whole roll. You know, just
I actually have some puffs with lotion because a nose in need deserves puffs indeed.
Yes, definitely.
Instant karma, hope. I wonder. I have to go onto YouTube to do that.
I can't bring up her chat. I was trying to see if I could bring up her chat, but I can't. I guess it's been edited or something. That's really rough. Paper towels.
In Nonsense's stream. Is Nonsense still streaming?
Oh, this was Nonsense Days. Okay, that wasn't too far then. I think she wants Nonsense's viewers, so she probably cried
Okay,
in
that's okay.
Nonsense's chat before this, so that way she could hopefully get some trickle in from Nonsense.
She did. She did. If I remember right, she did.
No, it's
She did it
fine.
in Uni
It's
Rocks,
fine.
so
I was just wondering, that's all.
oh my gosh, talk, woman. Oh yeah, great. Yeah. Get to the tissues part. Aren't you crying
People
already,
listen, people
Cassandra?
watch it, yeah.
Cassandra, you're so insensitive.
Like, I'm not kidding. You want to be like, okay, hurry the
Molly's a
fuck up.
constant problem. Like literally a constant problem, Molly is. I don't like her. She is not a good person by any means whatsoever.
Wait, who's not a good person?
Boy,
Wait, who's not a good person?
Molly, go lightly.
Oh, well, that finally we have something we can agree upon.
I miss you too, honey.
Molly Golightly, she
Honestly, I really am.
lost her channel.
I
She's
miss
pretty
you guys when
terrible.
I'm not streaming.
She's in
I don't know
the
what's gone on with me
drama,
since I'm COVID, but I have been
true
so
crime
ill.
drama back in the days.
It's like I'll get a week or two.
That's
where
like
I'm
an easy
okay,
way to get
and
like
then
100 subs
boom,
overnight,
yeah.
though, is to go on your live
I'm
stream
like,
and be like, fuck
I'm
Molly
all
Go
stuffed
Lightly.
up,
I
Yeah.
know.
and
And then
oh, you can
Michelle
probably hear
Sabate
it.
too. Those channels blew up.
It's insane. And it's been the same since I got COVID last year.
Oh, she's still going. Oh, here we go. Welsh, get to the point.
This long COVID shit, it is like just as bad as having it in the time.
Long COVID's a blast. You should try it. Everybody
was
get some long
beautiful.
COVID. It's fun.
It really is blessed, I know.
Sarcasm.
Like, I'm surprised.
Oh my God. All right, let's speed this up. This is crazy.
Well, you know what I would
I'm definitely
recommend
surprised.
if you are experiencing long COVID
He's
is that
definitely
you
busy.
should definitely sit in a room smoking cigarettes. If it were me.
Exactly. It just clears the lungs right up.
And I think it's actually. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
That's a joke, guys. Don't do that.
I think it's a joint she's smoking, to be fair. A doobie. Because I'm
I
sure.
believe she knows exactly what she's doing.
I'm
It's
sure
rolled like a
Hey
cigarette.
Pam, how you doing, beautiful?
that's how they rolled them here. No, that actually is rolled like a cigarette. Oh, but then that's how they rolled them
I
here.
agree, bless. She knows exactly what
Oh,
she's
okay.
doing.
Okay, we're gonna skip ahead a little bit.
I respect my mods. I have the utmost respect for mods and subscribers.
Yeah.
Aren't they one and the same?
Well, like
The
there's
video I did about
4 people in
Molly?
chat. They're all mods.
Yes, Molly Golightly was Bullhorn Betty's buddy. Yes. Bullhorn Betty's in some deep shit. Check out Burnt Toast.
yeah, there was a few of them though, wasn't there? Michelle. Oh, thank you, Hope. You're so sweet.
All right,
I put
whatever.
that one down without me meeting her. I hate him for that one secretly. Don't tell him though.
We're 18 minutes in.
He built her garages for her cars.
Oh my God, let's fast forward again.
Where I spent 3.5 months.
Okay, let's go back.
So
Oh,
that happened.
come on, right?
Hey, Patty, sweetheart.
3.5
So
months.
that happened that I left. Now,
Sex offenders get less than that in the
I hadn't
UK.
been to see my auntie in a while because she lived near to where my mother lived. And as you can tell, we didn't get on. We don't get on. I'm better off.
So I guess the story
Probably
starts
prefer
at
that.
about 20 minutes and 23 seconds.
Oh, good. Thank you for that.
So I
20
went to my
minutes.
auntie's house.
I'm I'm in 22,
and there
so
was nobody there. And I could tell that she'd either moved. It looked like she'd moved from there.
well, she made me lose
So I
half
asked
my
somebody in the
viewers.
street if they knew her. They told me they knew her, and she died. This was in the November.
Is that her
She
aunt?
died in the August, and nobody had told me.
Wait, did she just say her aunt died and nobody told her?
I think it's her mother.
Wait, what? All right, now I have to back it up because that's really weird. Let's see. All right,
I hadn't been to see my auntie in a while because
aunt.
she lived near to where my mother lived.
Aunt
And
lives near your mother.
as you can tell, we didn't get on. We don't get on. I'm better off as
Her
far away
mom
from
doesn't get
her
along?
as possible.
Okay, her and her mom don't get along.
Yeah, her and her mom don't get along, so she went to go see her aunt.
So
I
I
got
went to
it
my
now.
auntie's house, and there was nobody there. And I could tell that she'd either moved. It looked like she'd moved from there. So I asked somebody in the street if they knew her. They told me they knew her, and she died. This was in the November. She died in the August, and nobody had told me.
So I have a question. Like, I mean, there's a lot of questions about this. Like, it depends on how, like, my sympathy level. I will not say empathy because like that's too much energy. My sympathy level is gonna be like dependent on like how estranged you are with your mother. Like my birth mother died at like 50, but like I didn't know her. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't like this so far doesn't mean a whole lot to me. I'm like sorry for your loss. I don't know. Like I don't know. You're estranged, but I don't know how long
So
estranged.
the next 3 hours,
Oh,
I
it's
walked around in the rain,
from her auntie. She just
and it was
hadn't
hammering down.
a while. She
For a
wasn't.
while? Okay.
She wasn't estranged from her auntie. She just hadn't seen her for a while. I think she was close to her auntie, and I think the full point of this story is her birth mother. I think her auntie raised her or something, and her birth
Okay.
mother.
So I pulled up the transcript. She is going to drag this out for 20 more goddamn minutes.
Yeah, just can we skip to the rest?
Where's the arrest at?
And when she get jailed for
They hadn't had to have someone step in for my lawyer. I would probably still be in jail today.
Okay, that's probably past what we need to be.
Probably didn't help when I explained how I was going to kill her.
Oh God.
Those police
Okay, let me go back.
they would institutionalise you though for that. If she looked all up.
23:37 is where
Took
she
me all my
starts
clothes.
the part where she actually gets
Um,
arrested.
Okay.
Obviously, they could see the bruising, the bite marks, the belt mark. I walked around some more,
What?
and 2 police officers stopped me in the street. Now, by this point, I'd been walking around in the rain for 3.5 hours. And they said to me, "Are you okay?" Well, I took one look at them and I said, "No, I'm not okay." This is where I make the biggest mistake of
When she's walking around, where's she walking around? Like, are you walking around like where it's like shady to walk around? Like,
Oh,
like, are you
before this, she
loitering?
said that she went and bought 4 different kinds of cider.
Okay, so she's been drinking. She probably was going Molly Go Lightly style on the sidewalk, you know, like when she was like rolling around. Like she probably looked drunk.
my life. I look at these coppers and I say to them, "I'm going to kill her.
Yep.
I'm going to camp outside her house. I'm going to watch her. I'm going to put her through every inch of pain that she has put me through in my entire life."
So if that happens here, I don't know how the cops would respond. I think they would just be like, if you do, you're going to go to jail. Like, I don't know if they would, I don't know what they would do. What would your cops do in the UK?
Well, this is a drunk lady that's been walking around in the rain, clearly distressed. Worst case scenario, put you in the cells overnight for aye, yeah, or but it sounds more like what I think they would do is mental health act you, so you'd be put in the hospital for a 24-hour watch.
Okay.
Not
Yeah.
not be in jail for 3.5 months.
Now it is Christmas, so it could be possible that she could have been detained for a little while before they were able to place her somewhere, maybe. That could be possible.
No,
I don't know. No?
no.
Okay.
Now, it's fair to say this woman had put me through a lot of pain.
Why is her name Paris?
Oh, I know the story behind that. Okay, so basically, she wanted to change her name, and she said, "Oh, can anyone in the chat guess what song I heard?" She was in the club or something. What song I heard that made me decide on my name, Paris? And I said, "Was it Paris to Berlin?" Because I was in our chat at the time. You know that song, "From Paris to Berlin, in every disco I get in, my heart is pumping for love." And she said, "Oh my God, Julie, it was that." So I was right. So basically, she wanted to change her name. She was in the club. She heard "From Paris to Berlin" and went and changed her name to Paris. You're welcome.
Okay, now we know. Was she angry with her mom for not telling her? I think the point is her mom died and she's angry with her aunt
No,
for not
no,
telling her.
no.
No?
It's an
No,
aunt.
it's backwards. Her aunt died and her mom didn't tell her. I had it backwards.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so this is getting far less dramatic. It's sad that your aunt died, but it's getting a little less dramatic. Unless she was raised by her aunt, that would change the
I
scenario quite a bit.
think she was.
Okay. Well, that's kind of sad. I'd say that's sad.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm still not bringing tissues.
And they decided that I wasn't safe to be on the streets. So they took
I
me to
mean,
the
they
cell.
probably decided you were
took
drunk
away all
and
my
needed to
clothes.
like sleep it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Like, doesn't everywhere have like the drunk tank or whatever?
Yeah, the cells, and then like out in the morning usually.
Okay, okay.
And obviously they could see the bruising, the bite marks, the belt marks.
Right. Is that
Wait,
part because of that? They would she would be instant. She would get the mental health act. Like they would want to see her. She had belt marks and bite marks, so and bruising. So obviously she was being abused. Exactly.
so wouldn't they
But
be like, are you
she
sick at
wasn't
home?
living. She wasn't living with her mom at this time. Remember, because she didn't know her aunt died.
Wasn't she
Well,
in a
she's
relationship or something with someone violent? If I remember right.
Or was
maybe
it
that's
like
awful.
self-inflicted? Maybe.
Oh.
I don't know. She said bite marks. I would be a little surprised, but well, nobody wants you to be in like an unsafe like home environment,
No,
obviously.
it's not. But I'm just saying, like, come on, like that would be immediately the mental health act. That would not be
Right.
like or exact or other people. You're a mental health act before you're tossed into jail.
Your
I mean, all
cop's
this
gonna
is
send
terribly
them.
sad, but she's saying it too. Like she had to tell us about this before somebody like told us her story for us. And if any of us know anything about the UK, none of us would have ever known about any of this.
Right, right. But doesn't she have kids? What's going on? I'm assuming this is before she had kids. I'm guessing this is probably
Yeah,
pre-kids or something.
before.
Yeah, it's some years ago, probably is what I'm guessing. I know you're lost. So are we.
Um, It was bad. But all I kept saying was that I was going to kill her. And at that time, I think I could have done it. 1 second. I thought I had everything here,
So why does she want to kill her?
but I don't.
For not telling her?
So,
For all the pain she's put her
This
through,
was
this
at-
is just the tip of the iceberg.
it's got to be 9, 10 o'clock at night now. I've been in the cells in a paper overall for the last hour. And a lawyer comes in.
Okay, wait, hang on. They
Paper-
give you a
paper-
paper overall?
Suicide watch. That's suicide watch.
Oh, okay. So this is more like a psych hold, I bet. If
Yeah.
she's like, okay, all right. Well, now it's starting to make a little more sense.
And generally he tells me I'm going to jail. And I could be there for a very long time.
No.
Oh, truth, this could be a
Yeah, you wouldn't go to jail for that for a very long time, but you could be locked away in a psych ward for
Mm-hmm.
for a little while.
So I would imagine, so like there's very few times where like a psychologist has to take action. One is like child abuse, self-harm. Are you going to commit suicide? And are you in very immediate danger, or are you going to kill somebody immediately? Right? Like those are the things. So like here,
Well, and you
have
got to
to
think
hire all the time.
they're better about checking out stuff like that over there than they are here, though.
Right. Their cops, from what I've seen on videos, are so much nicer than our cops. So here they'll put you on a 72-hour hold, and it's like a soft arrest, and then they usually bring you to the hospital, and then you get evaluated by whatever psychologist is there, and you may get admitted or you may not get admitted, depending. But like I don't know if they'd hold you in jail like that.
No, like see, in order even like see if you arrest someone, they have 24 hours only to hold you and then find evidence to support the charge. So I mean, if she was going to be charged for attempt, I don't even know what that charge would be. They would have to find evidence of premeditation and all of that. So no, she's talking and having to go, no. So they'd
No,
have
she
to.
found to be a danger to herself or others and being held. This is not what she is describing. Is not like I said something while I was drunk and they said I'm going to get 10 years for like bullshit.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is not nearly as wild as Shanny for Crisis Jail. Like Anon, Shanny for Crisis Jail saga, which was just fascinating. And Shanny for Christ, this is just a little side note because I'm bored. Shanny for Christ called the cops on Jason, the other Rev, not Rev Ruin, but another Rev. She called the cops on her husband and said he's abusing me. Well, when the cops came in Colorado, they have a law where they have to separate the couple no matter what. Well, anyway, they were trying to size up who was the aggressor, and the one with all the marks was Jason. So Shanny went to jail, and that's when she said that all the cops abused her and stuff like that. It's a really wild story. This isn't nearly as entertaining. So, but yeah, that one is really, really wild.
bit of a harsh one for you. I'm so sorry. So I spent the night in the cells. And they took me off to Eastwood Park, which is a women's prison,
That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
where I spent 3.5 months.
Right.
November, December, and January.
Wait,
The solicitor told me I was looking at 10 years.
okay, hang on. Hang on.
Did she kill the policeman?
Okay, hang on. Let me say something here. Matt Bell, who was in Scotland, he was part of like debate circles, right? He was a creep and nobody liked him. But like we didn't know how bad of a creep it is. It turns out that and I'm not going to get into details because it's so horrendous. He was a pedophile. anyway, he got sentenced in Scotland, and the judge said, "I've never seen anything as depraved as this come through my courtroom. I wish I could sentence you longer." All he got was 9 years for being a pedophile.
Exactly. I mean, you
Yeah,
get
like if you ever watch the true crime shows from like the UK and stuff, it'll be like, and they were sentenced to a life term. They will not be eligible for parole, and it'll be like 7 years from like the date they got sentenced, and you're like, what the fuck?
the same. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's no way that she'd actually be sentenced for like 10 years for saying, "I want to kill somebody." That doesn't make any sense.
No.
And
While drunk, saying
Oh,
that
yeah.
while drunk, and just finding out that a loved one
Honestly.
died. Okay.
Yeah, that would. God.
thought that I was going to be in jail for 10 years. Just for saying the words that I'm going to kill her. Mind you, I probably didn't help when I explained how I was going to kill her.
You said it to a cop, which is probably not the brightest idea. Like, I wouldn't run up to a cop and go, "I'm gonna kill somebody," even if I was drunk. Even if I was drunk, I'd know not to say that. Like, I don't know.
To a police officer. Yes, major
To
civil
tell you the
warning.
truth,
Extreme
Spackle,
profanity
I'm not
warning.
going to run up to
Yeah.
a cop if I'm drunk for any reason unless it's a fucking emergency.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see if I can do this.
The rule for cops is do
Oh,
not
shit,
give
then I
them
shouldn't I?
conversation. Don't ever.
Oh, for sure. I was a mess.
In fact, she even said that a policeman that would be viewed as a cry for help, because if she was actually intending to go kill that person, you're not going to go say, "Hi, by the way, I'm off to kill someone," to a policeman.
Right. There we go.
Right. And they could see that she's probably
So
distraught. She's intoxicated.
I had a lawyer who didn't ask for bail. He told me there was no point going for bail.
What?
So with your
Right, that
so
is
so
right. That is crap. Oh my god.
okay. So do you guys have like public defenders like us or no?
Yeah, and bail. You don't pay for bail. Bail's just bail.
Well, it depends the crime, but if it's some murder, rape or something, then you get police bail.
Aye, police bail. So
You
no.
don't attend the police station or that.
Yep.
So that's
No.
another shite.
Okay. So she's got some sad parts of the story. It's just that some of now it's starting to not make a lot of sense, right? So I think that's why I was laughing at the time. Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen this.
Yeah, we don't. But I shouldn't have said it to a cop either. I look back now and I think, how ridiculous was it for me to say that to a police officer? How ridiculous was it for me to say that I was going to give her every inch of pain that she's ever given me in my entire life? My auntie.
I mean, I will say that, like, if you've ever been abused by a parent, it's really common to fantasize about wanting to someone if they're abuser. But like, you just don't run up to a cop and yell that. Like, you just don't.
Was amazing. She was my mum.
Yeah, I think that part's probably true, and it's part just sad and
She was the one who
That is sad, but now she's supporting an
treated me like she cared.
that's true, right? So this is interesting. You know, on a side note of psychology and stuff like that, Sophie Queen's hit on something. She said, "I am so sorry because I was raised in a role where I was like a peacemaker and I had to basically fawn or pacify, right?" And she's like, "I need to do better." And she's like basically fawning and pacifying somebody like RH. And that makes a little bit of sense. If you've watched Selfie Queen just a little bit, you can tell that she's usually the smooth, smooth, smooth over. And
Uh-huh.
so that is sort of my role too. So like I'm a bit of a smooth, smooth, smooth person too. But like there's some people that just have neon flashing lights of like bah, 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 like really, really bad people. And so like some people like are more overt than others. And I just don't know how you can miss this huge giant sign of abuser in front of Roadhog. Like and not make your skin crawl, even if you've come from a bad background. Like
Well,
I
with
don't understand how you can miss that.
Welsh knew what like he was. She watched all the stuff she would say about him. She would be in AZ streams. She seen him violent towards his wife. She knew all of that, and then she crawled and
Hmm.
him, and she supported him through everything that he done to so many people. What and then what he done to Rio, she supported him through that, and then her putting that video up crying when Rio passed away, like that was disgusting. That was disgusting. So I mean, she's just scum of the earth. If you ask me, like, I'm sorry she had a traumatic life. That's a shame, but that doesn't excuse your. That doesn't excuse bad behaviour that you make. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not an excuse, it's an explanation, right? An explanation of why you do the things you do. And once you know that explanation of why you do the things you do, you could start sort of trying to intentionally change it, right? But it's not an excuse. Like that's different, right? So
But like she's gone live before to like get on to people because their dog did something dogs do, but then she follows people like Roadhog. Like that's the reason people laugh about it.
Mm-hmm.
right.
Because she's like, I am so superior to the rest of you. You should be doing what I say to do. And then she's in that fucking chat.
I know exactly.
Well, and on like I just watched a video about this really interestingly enough, and it was talking about people who have survived CPTSD and abuse as a child. And there's usually two responses as an adult. One is don't trust anybody, everybody's a motherfucker, get away, and there's a giant wall. Or the other one is I'm going to smooth, smooth, smooth and make things peace, and I'm gonna like try to like it's called projecting goodness. That is a real thing, and I'm one of those people that I was doing that to Unirock. I was projecting goodness to Unirock, for instance. Well, he doesn't mean to be a bigot. He doesn't mean
Guys,
he just needs to learn better, you know.
phone's about to run out of charge. So
Oh no.
I'll be on and I'll go in the chat, but I need to run out and get my charger. So if you don't hear from me, that's why. Bye guys, 2 seconds.
Okay. All right.
But I swear the lawyer I had been dragged in off the streets because they weren't even asking for bail. He didn't care. He said I was going to get locked up forever. If they hadn't had to have someone step in for my lawyer,
There's just no damn way to project goodness on Roadhog though. There's no damn way. I can understand for Steve a little bit. I could understand to an extent, right? Till it gets too far. But I just can't. I can't with Roadhog.
I would probably still be in jail today. It wasn't until a barrister came in, which is a higher ranked sort of lawyer, who said if we have to go to Crown Court, then we will leave this one and go straight into Crown, and all you have to do is put his wig on. I swear to God, this lawyer knew more about my life and what I had been through than I knew. He reminded me of things I'd forgotten about. And somehow he had my entire history.
That's what they do. That's the job.
She's never been my mum, Pam. I wanted her to be. And at that moment in time, I needed her to be.
I wonder. I don't like Welsh, obviously, but I wonder if like some of her drama for that's projected onto the story that doesn't seem like it's making a whole lot of sense. Like I'm gonna face 10 years and all that kind of stuff. That embellishment is sort of a reflection of how she just feels towards her mom. Like I think that the mom part's real. I think that's really sad and terrible. But like getting 10 years for that, that does not sound real. So
No,
um
like either she's leaving out a huge chunk of this story, like the whole middle, or it's a major embellishment, because I don't think that you can get 10 years just for being like drunk and stupid.
no, I don't think so either. But also like I don't think you can dig into this because her whole thing was like, oh, I'm going to say this before someone says it for me. How in the
No,
world
that's
do
what I
you?
was saying earlier. Like, we would have never been able to find this. In the UK, they have so many protections. Like, never, like, you can't just go to Google and be like, let's see if you've done anything. Like, that was the whole thing about, like, why it took them, like, this whole group of people to bring down the one person that from the interview that Welsh was trying to get her to come over to her channel, because nobody could find anything out about her because it was in the UK.
As Cassandra says, what did she do about real dying? I don't know. I don't know. She probably pretended like she cared, like a lot of other people. I don't know. Like it's sad that real died, but I don't remember her reaction at all. I don't remember.
I'm sure she probably did a video or something, but like I really don't pay attention. Like that's why I can't stay into character with her, because I don't watch her. Like I don't
Right,
have
right.
anything.
But she wasn't. I'm okay, Pam. I'm okay, Nanya. I'm okay.
Nanya is from Nonsense's group, so she's got nonsense viewers.
When you've been through something like this, you can pick two ways. You can decide to let it destroy your life, or you can let it make you a better person. And I decided I was going to be a better person for it.
She did an
I
hour-long
decided
rest
from
in
that day
peace
on.
stream to him.
Oh, okay. I I don't know. I know that for me, if Shani Christ died, like, and I'm not comparing real to Shani at all, like that's not at all. I'm just saying about somebody I didn't like. I wouldn't suddenly be like, oh, let me make a video about it. It was really interesting to watch folks react. I think people were very real friends with him, and those people are in mourning, and I'm very sensitive to that. And there were some people that were not friends with him that were acting like they were friends with him. And it's like, it'd be nice if we resolve these things when people were alive. That might be a lesson to learn,
All right, but
for real
like
there.
if I die and like Wacky Jackie starts doing a like R.I.P. to Stacy stream, I expect all of you to call that shit out.
Muzz, Must Coast Life, Stacy was pick your weirdo, right?
Like she would have wanted me to go live. I just know that's what she would have wanted. No, the fuck I wouldn't have. I would not have wanted that.
Yeah, I was watching that go down and I was like, ooh, I don't know about that.
That I could get to anything. When I
All right,
got
you have
through
a good
that,
night, Anon. Good to see you. Happy New Year.
I knew that she was with me. And I know that she's always with me. And I know that she would want me to be happy. And she would want me to be a better person than that woman ever was to me. I knew the mother I didn't want to become. And every day I know that I will never lower myself to the standards of that woman.
Muzz always wants an excuse to cry. Yeah.
It took me a
She
long time.
she
It took
makes
me
a
a
lot of
very long
crying
time
streams.
to come to terms with the fact that she would never be the mother I needed. It took me having to cut her out absolutely, completely to realize that she was never going to be the mother I needed her to be.
Sometimes that's what you gotta do. Cut them out.
That woman was cruel. The way she treated her own children, the way she treats her own partners, her friends, is not a woman I would want to be.
Okay, but you
Every day
follow
knows whatever.
Roadhog, my friend. Like the fuck?
It's not normal, Welsh, for somebody to have their cops in their house all the time for DV issues, even if they're going back and forth like Punch and Judy. That's not normal. And for somebody like you, I'm going to be really real and not mean. For somebody like you, with your background and the trauma that you've experienced, this is like the worst possible place for you to be. You would be much better, and I'm not tight with Selfie Queen, you'd be much better with her than you would be with him. And I'm being for real. And she's pretty forgiving out of all that bunch. I think you should make that move. I think for your wellness. And I'm being real. I'm being serious. I'm not like dunking on you this time. This time I'm being real. If you are seriously traumatized, the worst person you could possibly be near right now on the internet is Roadhog. Shani for Christ would be better for you, and she's an abuser. She's a child abuser. She got her kids taken away, like, and for she's not good either. But I'm telling you, like, there's certain people that you probably need to steer clear of, not because I'm bossing you around, but because you're participating in something that you absolutely should not be participating in. And
You
you're putting
remember
yourself on the front
whenever
line.
you remember the little passengers recognized the jail and the police station when she pulled up to like make a report about the ducks and stuff on Twitter?
I don't
Like it
remember
is
that.
it's not normal for small beings to know what the police station is. Like that's not actually normal.
Yeah, it isn't. And and out of kindness, I'll say this, like people are on to you because you're participating with somebody that's an awful person, that's doing awful things. But had you not been doing that, people would be not unkind to you, like to the level. Like they might still kind of poke at you here and there, but not to this level. But anyway, from your background, just from the story on this, um, as much as I want to lulz at you, see, this is the problem with Welsh. I get mad. I'm like, dude, I hate this bitch. And then I'm like, oh, she's got a fucked up life. So let me say this. You should run for the hills. You should run for the hills. Roadhog is the worst place you could be.
But you know what? You having a fucked up life doesn't allow you like just the freedom to just go around doing whatever you want, like using that as like a crutch. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't just be like, yeah, well, one time I had this really terrible thing happen to me. Like, no, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah. I've had my share of trauma as a child, and I'll tell you that I don't want anything to do with some person like him. And I'm shocked that he doesn't trigger you. I'm shocked that he wouldn't trigger you, or even Ma. Ma's pretty terrible too. Like, what are you doing?
And I am not her. I'm stronger than she will ever be. I will show kindness and compassion before I show hate.
You should probably figure out who deserves kindness and compassion. And there are some people that actually do deserve hate. I think actually hating some people to a certain degree might be healthy. Like uh, I'm trying to think of someone I hate right now, but um, like there's some people that are so dangerous and so harmful that like if you mean hate, like not in an active like, bitterness that's destroying your soul, but hate like I don't want anything to do with this person, they're horrible. There's a place for that.
And you know what? I forgave her. I forgave her for everything. And then
I got something to say about forgiveness. I'm triggered now. Um, as somebody that came from evangelical land where forgiveness was constantly weaponized against me, you have to love somebody because XYZ, you have to love your abuser because XYZ. I will say this, that forgiveness is a release of bitterness. Like the healthy version of forgiveness is, you don't owe me anything. I am not going to continually torment myself with this sort of issue. But forgiveness is not forgive and forget. Haha, everything's fine. There are some people that are too dangerous to make amends. There's some people whose bridges need to be burned. There's some people where you need to build a wall and protect yourself. And don't ever think that forgiveness is a virtue in the sense that you have to forgive everybody. Like that is something that evangelical land teaches that is incredibly dangerous. That's how you get abusive pastors that are there and then they're reinstated over and over again. That's how you get really terrible shit like the Vatican moving people around. Like be very careful with that word.
moved on. Because I can't live with that sort of hate in my heart. My children will have everything that I didn't.
Good night,
They
Sheba.
will have the life that I
It's
didn't.
early here, but I know it's late for you.
And I would rather sit up here and tell you my story than have somebody try to contact these people and have them act like they were the victims.
Here, nobody would have known. Nobody would have known. Who would have known?
And how the fuck would we? Why the fuck would we contact anybody in her life? Like we don't even make contact with her.
And I don't know who she means. I think she's used to seeing really dastardly behavior from the pig pen, and she's just assuming and projecting that on other people. And it's like you're projecting goodness onto the abusers, and you're projecting evilness on people that are not abusing you. What's going on with that? Like, hello, what's going on?
And I've legitimately never contacted anyone in anybody's real life. Like, never.
Yeah, like this whole doxy weird shit, like the stuff that they do, like that's them. That's the people you're hanging with.
Because they were never a victim. And I'm no victim either.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
There was
Sorry.
a while there where I didn't think I was going to make it. But while I was in that cell, I had time to think. So much time to think. And I realized so much about me. And back then I didn't know about EDS. I didn't know, I knew I was dyslexic then, but I didn't know I had EDS. This was well before my wheelchair days.
Steph, this is her story about spending Christmas in jail or something like that, and how she almost got 10 years for threatening to kill her mother. And I don't even. What else am I forgetting, Speckle?
So she has a sad story. Like it sounds like she's suffered some abuse growing up and maybe even in early adulthood, depending on what's because she said she had some sort of mark, so maybe she was with a partner or something. I don't know. But anyway, she got drunk and then she said to a cop, she had several ciders and she was walking around for like 3 hours, quote unquote. And she said to a cop, "I'm going to kill her." And she was referring to her mother. And then she got arrested on Christmas. Bring tissues. This is so sad. That's her quote. And she ended up in jail. Now she's saying, I believe the abuse part because I think you don't get to be Welsh Rose without that sort of stuff, I think. But and not everybody ends up this way. Like I just talked about how there's different results, you know, that get dysfunctional, right? But she is like, I was facing 10 years, and the UK is so soft. There's no way she was facing 10 years. There's no way. There's no way. Pedophiles don't even get 10 years. They get like 9 years for like the most egregious act. Like it is no way. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And so like she's exaggerating big time. And it's not the abuse that we think is funny, because we think that's awful. It's exaggerating. Now, what we're frustrated about is, besides her, you know, supporting Roadhog, is that she understands what it's like to go through trauma and abuse, and she's still supporting Roadhog when it's obvious with a big glaring sign what he is, and that she should have throw up in her mouth and want to run for the hills from somebody like that. But instead, she's supporting this guy as he abuses other people. And then she said she had to tell this story so people wouldn't dox her. Yeah, the abuse is awful. Nobody wishes that. She said that she had to tell this story to the world because someone would dox her. And like we're like, how would anybody know? It's the UK. It's not like America where EKC is going to pull up your R report, like, you know, like here, which is awful. Like this is the UK, the laws are different. Like nobody's going to pull your shit up. So like for some reason she just felt like the need to introduce us to all this some years ago.
She actually said that she had to tell us before we contacted the people that were involved. Like, we don't even watch you. Why the fuck would we be contacting people in your real life? Like, that is so fucking stupid.
Right. And so like nobody wishes like abuse on Welsh. Like that part I'm pretty sensitive to, but like I'm frustrated that she's hanging out with an abuser, and we all know what he's been doing to you. And we've seen what he did to AZ. We saw how Steve platformed him and said that he had a bunch of ROs from his ex-wives, and said, we know women lie all the time. He has such a long running history. Plus the times he goes live when the cops are at his house for DV issues, and he says to the cop, when the cop says, did you choke her? And he goes, yeah, bitches love that shit. Like we saw these things go down, like that are just
and
awful
everything
and horrific.
Described it that she went through is stuff that like he has literally done on camera or been caught doing on camera. Like it's really fucked up.
And then Selfie Queen hit on an issue, which was funny because I had just been watching some videos about the same sort of thing, where people that have CPTSD and childhood abuse do some really unhealthy patterns, which is true. And these are some healthy, and they look different for each person. So like one of the common unhealthy patterns that you'll see for somebody that's gone through things as a kid is one of two things. One is they don't trust anybody. I don't trust anybody. There's a giant wall, you know, you're gonna have to prove yourself, you know, kind of thing. And taken too far, that's really unhealthy. And then the other pattern, which is the pattern I fall into, is a projecting goodness. Well, you mean well. You mean well. You didn't mean to say that, you know, constantly. But there's no way to project goodness on Roadhog. There's no possible way you can project any goodness on him. There is none to be found. There is nothing there. There's no way you can project goodness on him. So while I understand what Sophie Keene was talking about, I also don't think that there's any way you can project goodness onto somebody like Roadhog. He's so overtly awful. Like Steve McRae is at least like a slow, like turning up a gas a little bit. Now he's gotten worse and off the rails over the years, but in the beginning part in 2015, it was a slow burn, and like you realize you're in the boiling pot kind of thing. People realize, oh, he's fucked up. And but Roadhog has a neon sign, and you watch him how he treats women. He hates them. He treats them with disdain. He has a real problem. If he ends up on the news, I wouldn't be shocked. And so like I think that like she should run for the hills. She should run for the hills and get away from him. But instead, she's just like, I'm gonna hang out with I want and support who I want. And it's like, well, then you're going to get the consequences of who you support with, like, because you're going to be thrown in with them. Everything that they do and you're signing off on, you're going to get the consequences. I got the consequences for Uni Rock. You know what?
That's the problem with a lot of these people right now that are like, leaving like the whole Roadhog and whatever. Like, good for you for finally seeing it, but it sounds really ridiculous when you're like, we're just making sure that others know. Like, ladies, y'all knew he was doing this while y'all were there. You just didn't give a fuck until it happened to someone, either yourself or someone you actually liked. Like, y'all knew. It's okay
Liz,
that you knew, but you fucking knew.
Liz Coast got real defensive and was like, "You're holy de narrow attitude, blah blah blah." But like, it's just that, like, that is part of the problem, is when you know someone's doing evil shit and it changes because of you. Let's use Cheshire as an example with Steve McRae. Cheshire did not care what Steve McRae was doing. She was supporting Steve McRae. She was like EKC, spin doctor for Steve McRae, protecting him, making excuses, even attacking for him, telling lies that were really untrue, defaming people. And as soon as something didn't go right with her, she then cared. She didn't care what happened to Sweet Heathen. She didn't care what happened to my friend. She didn't care about anybody until it happened to her. Then suddenly it matters. Now her and Manya are on this moral crusade, but like, it's fucking bullshit. So like, what I said to Bliss was, can we now agree that when we see this shit happen to somebody else and it's not you, to be like, this is not cool. Even if I don't like that person, this level of abuse is not cool. And instead they're like defensive, and it's like, can we agree going forward? Like this, and I can't, like, I don't know. Like, it's, yeah. And the fact that JJ blocks you is pretty telling. JJ, like Stephanie has like a right, I don't know if you go with Stephanie. Steph has a right to be upset. And from what I saw, the pushback was fairly mild, fairly controlled considering. And the fact that you blocked her, and like, come on, how weak sauce are you with all the talk that you make of, like, I think JJ told me within 15 minutes of meeting me and me slightly trolling her that she was going to punch me in the face. This little girl from Florida wants to punch me in the face. Like seriously, like, all talk and bluster, right? Like, totally weak sauce. But like this, she cannot handle just a little bit of pushback from Steph, which is because, you know why? It's too true. It's too uncomfortable. Yeah, yeah. They still support abusive people on this platform, but they won't call out these people. It almost sounded like with some of them when they were talking that they were like JJ when she was talking, it sounded like, I'm friends with him so he doesn't do this to me. That's what it kind of sounded like. Did that sound like that to you?
I was dying laughing because, like, Steph was like, don't be defensive towards the people you wronged or something, like I'm paraphrasing or whatever. And they're like, oh, we're not. And then Bliss is like, we are not going to apologize anymore. Like, what the fuck?
It's like, oh, is there a time limit? Like, there's like, I put a link. You're invited to come up if you want to talk. You don't have to. There's no obligation. You hardly know me, but like, it's fair. I think you've been through a lot. If you want to talk, you can. But like, yeah, like, it was really strange to watch that, and it's like, this is the wrong route to go, guys. If you want to be taken seriously. Yeah, I'm sorry I
got
was wrong with
embarrassed.
beating
I
up.
was like, man, that ain't even y'all's channel that you're acting like that on. Like, it embarrassed me for that person. I had to stop watching.
Yeah. Like, I'm glad they're moving away, but like there's questions of like, why was it okay for everybody else until it happened to you? Yeah, I don't know. And I think that's a fair question to ask. And it doesn't mean that people are going to pursue you and keep like "Rawr" at you, but when it's hot like this and it's just happened, people are going to have these questions. Cindy gave an explanation of the why. And she said it in a way that didn't sound like an excuse. She said, I need to fix this about myself, which is a lot more understandable than, oh, I'm sorry, I just fell into it, and I don't know. Or I was unaware. Like, there's no way you weren't unaware.
Whenever he
Like,
would
you're in
start
the
talking like that, I would just leave the chat. What the fuck? So you were just never there then? because it's legitimately the only way he talks.
Right. I don't think I've ever seen him be civil
Like,
except for maybe the one time.
no, I was
All
tuning
right.
in whenever he was reviewing his classical music. I wasn't seeing
All
the
right.
other stuff.
All right, Steph, I'm going to pull you up in just a second here, but because I don't know your avatar or anything, I'm going to do a little thing real quick. And Steph, are you there? Can you speak, Steph? Is it you?
Sorry, I was on mute. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it was actually you.
I appreciate that. I don't know why it didn't log in with my avatar, but I appreciate that.
Okay. So, yeah, I don't know. It's like you want to give people room to like move and grow and get better, but you also are like, why did you not care when it was AZ or stuff? Why do you not care? Like, so
Yeah, I agree. And thank you for letting me jump on for a little bit. I just wanted to jump on and like highlight something that you said really quickly. Um, I always say this from day one, like the a lot of people, unfortunately, I don't think care until something happens to them. I think all of us in some way can be a part of that, right? Even if we mean to or not. But when there have been for years so many conversations surrounding these people, for these people to support them forever, right? And see everything that they've did to not just me, AZ, but like so many people, right? It's countless. It's a huge list. And then be like, oh, well, now we're going to come up here and then just give these soft feather light apologies and then turn around and say to someone like me, like, well, I already apologized, so just move on. Like, no, no, no. We need to have like a little conversation here because I've never talked about JJ or Bliss Chris. Those are the two main people I have an issue with on my channel ever. But they have gone everywhere talking like crazy shit about me, and I haven't said anything. Now you come on and you're like, oh, I'm so sorry that I supported this abuse that went real life with you that ended up costing you money, putting you in court, fucking up your life a little bit. But like, we're sorry about that. But also, Stephanie, like, don't be. I'm so sorry if you don't allow cussing. My bad about that.
you can cuss away. It's fine.
Okay. But
If you
like,
talk
don't be
like real
mad.
talk, it would not be fine. But if you cuss, like there's a big difference. Yeah. So
Yeah,
obviously, like
but like, don't be mad. Like, how dare you ask, valid questions? How dare you still be angry about the things that we supported? How dare you? You've done nothing to us, and we did all of this stuff to you, Steph, but how dare you still have residual feelings about the situation? Move on. It's like, that is
it
so
just happened.
reductive.
Yeah, it just
I was
happened
trying to
too.
I was trying to remember when it was that you called them like bigoted transphobes or something like that. Was it when you said if you are in his chat while he is doing that and you're supporting him, then you must be that too? Is that what they're talking about? Because I don't remember you ever specifically pointing out.
So here, I don't think it's that, but here, first of all, if I said it, I meant it. But secondly, I don't forget when I say that about someone because if I say that, I know exactly when it was, exactly what you said. The thing with Bliss, Chris, and them, this is what happened is when Dina was going at what's his name, Just Doom or whatever, and she was racist. Okay. JJ and Bliss were totally fine with me until I called out Dina. And then they just all of a sudden turned against me and was like saying all of this crazy stuff. And ever since then, they have just had issues with me. Okay. So that's what it was about. So if you supported this person because it's your friend for being a racist and you were trying to skirt around the issue, put it on the back burner and act like nobody can have an issue with it, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You do support racism if you do that. Sorry, it just is what it is. And they have a pattern and a history of supporting these kind of people until it blows up in their face. So that's what I think that it stemmed from. Bliss Chris and I never had like a falling out. She just like after the Dina stuff started posting stuff on Twitter is where it started and saying all this stuff. But like the truth is the truth. You vote for a man, because she brought up like her beliefs or something. You voted for a man who is X, Y, and Z, okay? You supported abusers, you excused your friend's racism, and you continued to come after me because I had an issue with it. So to me, that looks like you're a racist and you support that. You're a racist apologist. But did I ever like make a community post or get on my channel or anything and say, Bliss Chris, you're a racist, homophobe, transphobe? No, she's a liar. And then when I told her, show me exactly where I said that and we can have a conversation about it. And then she was like, no, you should remember that. I'm not going to show you. That's BS. That is BS because I would pull something up so quick and say, it's right here.
To answer,
That was my favorite example of that was my favorite excuse ever, was the no, she wasn't trying to be racist. She thought she was being homophobic.
okay, well, hang on a second. So, we have to be careful what words we use, right? So, Dina said, I witnessed Dina on a live, and she has her mental health struggles. It's very obvious, but she used the word WB for Mexican. And I know that Cindy and JJ are Puerto Rican. They should care. Obviously, they're not Mexican, but they should recognize racism because Puerto Ricans get racist comments too, by racist folks. And so like it's like an indefensible comment. And then Dina said, "Well, I didn't know what that actually meant," which everybody knows what WB means. I don't know anybody that does not know
That
that
was
word.
such a lie. She knew what it meant. And I'm not trying to like rehash anything, but like, I'm just like explaining the where I think it came from. But she knew what she meant. She never really apologized, in my personal opinion. But the thing is that these people, what do they always say? They're like, this is my channel. I say whatever I want. Well, also same. So when I do that, why is it such an issue? But the difference is I don't do, no one has ever come on this internet and said, Stephanie, you doxed this person. Stephanie, you were homophobic. Stephanie, you were a racist. Stephanie, you did this, that, and that has never happened. Never. So then you just have an issue with me because I have an issue with what you do. Do you know what I mean? It's wild.
Right. Yeah, it is wild. And that's what upset them is just tribalism. It's tribalism. You said a truth about their buddy and they came at you. Is that all that was?
That's
Besides
where I
maybe.
that's where I that's where that's where the divide stemmed from. But I mean, I would assume so. But it is what it is. You excuse it, but see in that chat too, before I got blocked, because I took all pictures of everything in video. I did. But I know a lot of y'all were in
Right.
there, and I know you saw me, like, I was being very direct, but I don't think that I was being rude or overstepping boundaries. I was just like, I'm upset. You can't just be like, because at one point they were even like, don't come in here and say and like air your grievances, and don't come in here and tell us to move on and show what we have. So it's like, well, then what do you want us to do? Why are we here? Like, they're just silencing us while they're acting like they have some big expose that just basically told us that they record their friends.
Right. Right. And oh my gosh, you guys need to learn how to record, by the way. The recording sounded like a Charlie Brown cartoon. Like if you were to take a cup, you know how you can listen, like if you want to hear somebody in the next room, you take a cup and you put it against the wall. It sounded like that. Like it,
No, it
like
legit sounded like I was listening to the Nixon tapes, and I was way too high to say it for that.
like it was a really bad recording. So like if you're gonna record your friends, learn how to do it. Like I don't know what to say.
I agree. But did any of you see anything where you thought, hey, Steph, you shouldn't say that in this chat? That's why you got blocked.
No, no. So I don't watch you a whole lot, to be frank, and I don't expect that you watch me a whole lot. But I think I'm guessing you're more in true crime and 90 Day community. Is that right?
No, me?
Or
No.
not?
No,
What zone do you in?
my whole channel is just essentially watching this whole community and pointing out when I think something is wrong. So maybe that's what they
And
hate me for. I don't
then
know,
this
but I have no
community,
affiliation.
So I came from the Great Debate community, not the Steve version, but the real version, and Lulz cow watching, right? Those two mainly, and sort of fell into the Caters, watching the anti-KJs, and they're bizarre. And then kind of as I graduated, some of the 90 Day, which I think's like Muzz and Siwa, and I think it's JJ. What are they? What are they? Like, what is JJ? Like, I don't know what zone anybody is in anymore, really. I always guess kind of 90 days, but I'm not sure.
Wherever they have it more out there, welcome. That's what they are.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah. So anyway, I think we're kind of a little bit in different circles, sort of. But like, these guys are fairly new discoveries, like for the last couple of years or so. Bliss Chris has crossed over into my areas quite a bit. And so I've known Bliss here and there occasionally, like as chatters and stuff like that. But other than that, like JJ never came over to the Great Debate area or anything like that. I never saw her float in.
I'm
But
over here like talking shit. Like I'm not even on YouTube anymore. Like I'm always over on TikTok now, so I actually have no clue where anyone is.
yeah, right. And these little zones, right, of communities, they bleed out. Like, right, how in the world did I get to like Caters? Well, because of Steve McRae being an idiot. Like that's how I got to Caters. So yeah, so you're like exposing them, sort of like how Burnt Toast like exposes, or Lowell's cow watches like Bullhorn Betty, right? Like kind of like that.
I mean, I guess so. Yeah. How it started is just like most people when the pandemic happened, we all had time, right? So I was watching a lot of YouTube, but at the time I was watching a lot of makeup YouTube and like, BoxyCharm and all of that stuff. Because I just randomly, like, my ADHD fixation at the time was makeup for some reason. But
Oh, okay.
and then I like found this one girl named Samantha, and she said some stuff that I didn't like, and it led me to this person who led me to this person who created this like sort of community, I guess. But I don't know. I just, and then like there was this whole situation where this girl, I'm sure some of you are familiar, tried to accuse me of this great crime. And so it became this huge thing. And then I ended up like proving that it didn't happen. And then just, just it keeps going, right? Just one thing after the other. But I don't know. They don't, that's why they say that I scold people or whatever, because all I do is come on here and like I'll just pull up things that they say on the internet and give my opinion about it and prove how they lied or whatever. Because these people are insane. I'm sorry. It's just like it's so crazy that people just feel so emboldened to speak to each other and do these things on the internet over and over and over again. It's just so wild. Do you know what I mean?
It
And
is
so,
bizarre.
and
Yeah,
then I
I use
point it out.
words. Yeah, I like use mean words. Like I was very harsh to Welsh in the beginning, like really rude, like ruder than I usually am. And then I got softy because like she obviously is traumatized, and I'm like, ah, that always happens to me with Welsh. I'm like, ah, but like I just use words, and I'm not like nasty like RH, right? But like these people are bizarre. They go like they're like going after each other's kids and shit, and
They're
like
like
I
out
don't
here
know.
admitting to crimes. Do they not realize they're out here admitting to crimes? It's wild to me. And also, I wanted to, just in case you didn't know, I wanted to say one time, Tira, you guys know Tira, she said some weird things that were like microaggressions and stuff like that against Cindy and JJ. And I did a live stream about it, it's still on my channel. And I stood up for Cindy and because also too, every single person I've ever talked about, at some point I have stood up for them. Like they like to say what's wrong is wrong, but they don't really, you know, they don't really walk that. They just talk it. But
Right.
so I got on this live stream and I talked about how Tira was wrong and like these microaggressions and JJ loved that. See, that's the thing with me, they love when I'm on their side, or like not even on their side, like saying that they're right or standing up for them. But if I go and I say that their friend is racist, they have a whole issue with that. you know it's weird.
Yeah.
There's like a formula to this.
Well, from what so I've been in your chat probably when you've been live, probably 3 times. You said hi to me every time. I was like, oh, nice of you. But
I try
so
to.
like
I get really like overstimulated sometimes with the chat and the information.
Same. Like I always tell people ahead of time, if I don't say hi to you, it's not on purpose. But uh, I've never seen you be nasty, and maybe I don't watch you a whole lot, but I've never seen you except it like be very forward. Like this isn't okay. And what you were doing in chat, on Popcorn chat, I thought was completely in line, and I didn't think you were over the top. You were not abusive. You have every right to swear and shit. Like you weren't like throwing down like that. You were just being precise. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, like what? Like you didn't use the fuck word. I don't even think either. But you were just like, now it's wrong. Like what? Seriously, guys. And I just remember seeing that, and I was a little surprised that JJ was so defensive, being that it's obvious. I
I
don't know
mean,
why I'm
were you?
surprised. She's
Were
an
you
idiot.
surprised that JJ acted like
She's an
that?
idiot.
I mean,
Yeah.
JJ
But
JJ cannot take any criticism whatsoever. And she goes on these diatribes that just lead her to absolutely fucking nowhere while she is like turning around doing this terrible stuff to people. And she has the nerve to turn around and say, Stephanie, you're so. I think it's just the way that I speak. I mean, you guys listen to me. I'm not nasty. I don't call people names. I don't do any of that. But I think it's just because the cadence of how I speak, I am very direct. I, all of these things that people can then turn around and be like, Stephanie, you are so combative and you are this X, Y, and Z, which again, if that's the worst thing they have to say about me, I'm not the one with hard drives on people. I'm not the one looking up people's jobs, trying to make them become homeless, laughing at them while they are homeless, supporting an abuser. JJ even offered money to that abuser to fight my restraining order. So JJ, you can miss me all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
whoa,
And
I
that's the
didn't
yeah,
know
thing
that.
that
straight up.
Julie brings up a great point about Welsh. She fucking backed up that thing about Josh. Like he was at a friend's house staying for like the weekend, and the friend's kid runs in the background of the video in his night clothes, and they're starting to like they're sitting here saying like, he was showing the kid for like nefarious reasons and stuff. Like that was some fucked up shit.
Yeah, they were calling him a pedo, and they were gonna call the authorities on it. They did call authorities on him, actually. Somebody did. That's debatable who. Welsh is the one that lives close to them, and she said, no, it wasn't me. It was Yaya or something. I don't know. I don't know who it was. One of those weirdos. They did actually call on him, which is just madness to me. Like it's just because he's a gay man, because a little boy does what little boys do, and they run around in their PJs. Like what, what?
They're
And so like
just
it.
they're ridiculous. They're just mean, awful bully people who spend their time committing crimes. That's what they do. And the reason why they fall out constantly within their group is because none of them is to be trusted. Every single one does a horrible thing. And I think that they're all like scared. And so they're just like they're scared of each other. So they're sitting in this like sort of ping pong arena against each other. They're like, oh, well, I figure if this person is on my side, then they'll do what I want. They'll do my bidding. And that's just, in my opinion, basically, it's just, why would you? It's so gross. Why would you want friends like that? Why would you want people like that in your life? And then they turn around and they put their public and private information like on the internet, pictures of their family, what they're doing, like all this information. It's just so crazy to me.
Yeah, yeah, that is bizarre, especially because
There
of
was
the things
that.
that they do.
You remember that time, Spackle, that that Welsh made a sock account and like pretended like it was coming after her, but then she forgot to sign out of it and started responding back to people under the sock
Well,
account.
I think that was on Twitter, right? I think it was Twitter. It was right up there with Llama Girl when Llama Girl's quote unquote kid came and was like, Mummy, don't be mean to my mummy. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, what's happening? Oh gosh. Oh, these people. But like she's just like a sad little monster. But like RH, this guy is headed for the news. Like he's a mess. And
Oh,
so
I
yeah.
completely agree. I think that and I don't want to like speak this into existence, but I think that it it's going to the story's going to end up very badly. And unfortunately, I think that he will not be the victim. He will have more victims. And I mean, how do you go through your life having like criminal confinement of women charges, multiple restraining orders, DV? I mean, how do you just do all this and then in your spare free time, you get on the internet that you're not even paid for and harass women? That is an abuser.
So, like they really hated AZ and they really hate like me and like Kim and like they hate all of us a lot. So whenever he started going hard at AZ's, when they started like that's why they went over there. Let's be honest, right? Like that is why they went. And that is the difference between them and me, is that now that he hates them, you don't see me running over there egging it on like, fuck yeah, dude, go after them. That is the difference between them and me. And I just want to point that out.
100% agree with you. Stacey, I 100% agree with you, because there have been times that they have come at people that, I don't care for or I have spoken about, but I have never once gone into their chats and been like, especially these abuser people, and been like, yeah, I mean, because why? I don't want that around me. The thing is they have no moral ground. It is so flimsy. They believe in absolutely nothing. They stand on nothing. And that's how, I mean, I have to tell myself that, because how else would you invite people like that into your life on a daily basis, as we've seen, right? Because they talk to each other on the phone or on the internet all day, every day. You allow these people in your life. You have to have some sort of, same ideals. And it's weird. I don't know.
Julie's back.
Hi, Julie.
I know you had to see me there with my oiled hair, because I put oil in my hair. My glasses
That's okay. I didn't
on,
notice.
like a maniac. Did you not see me backstage, Sparkle?
I did see you backstage, and then I was like, oh, I've probably put something up because people will spoof each other's avatars a lot. I once had somebody spoof someone's avatar.
Backstage.
I didn't know you were back then that long. Sorry. I had to scroll down to find you, but I heard a boop, and that's what got my attention. Maybe if you came in earlier, it didn't boop for me, but it booped, and that's why I scrolled down and
I'll let
see
it
you.
go. I'll let it go.
Sorry about that. Really quick, I wanted to address stitching here real quick. She who shall not be named came over the Krama community. Watch the writing style of she who could not be named. The original she who could not named actually writes pretty well. Though, they had, claim multiple personalities and all that weird shit. But watch the writing style and see if it does not sound like Veda. Because one time I was watching it and I was like, this sounds a lot like Veda. So just be aware. Yeah.
There was something I was going to say. No, Steph, when you said that, I literally wrote that out in a comment. That's exactly how I see it ending, and I don't want to say it into existence, because even although, like, I can't stand Michelle, I really want her to get away from him. Like, I can't stand her, and she's awful.
Yeah.
But she's still a victim,
Yeah, between the
she is
two,
a victim,
right?
yeah.
And it's like, that's the thing. They knew all of that. Like, the worst of it, I think, with Welsh is she started off disagreeing. I mean, she lied on her community post and said that I once supported him. I have never supported him. I called
I
him
have
out.
never seen you support him. If you supported him, I would not be around your community. There's no way.
I literally called him out in his chat for him telling Katie Joy to take a lie detector test to prove that she was raped. Oh, sorry, SA'd. And it was a back and forth, and then it was that and the Julie G thing or whatever, the blackmail plot or something. That's what started it off with him, me and AZ. And then So I've never supported him, but Welsh, would be in Azie's chat, would be in my chat. She made videos about him. He even came at her at one point. Yaya as well. She only went on her channel to talk bad about him. Like, oh, come for me and all that. Then he did come for her. Then all of a sudden she switched and she was on his side. Then Welsh did the same thing. So it's like worse that Welsh knows exactly what he's like and was against it, and then all of a sudden is for it. And her and Yaya with Josh, they literally started it with Josh. They were like, oh, because a wee boy came into his life. It's so perverse. It's disgusting.
Well, I mean, Arch's thing is to go to his incest. Like, I think he said to AZ, like something about relations with her dad.
Yeah, he
Like, this
said
is
the
not
same thing
normal
about.
shit.
Yeah, he said the same thing about me and my mum, and then he said something about me and like
He
that
said I
time
was
my dad
into,
died or something.
he randomly said that I was into bestiality.
Oh my god.
This is all, he's just letting you know his search
But
history.
why does he make everything sexual?
I
Because
know.
he is a fucking abuser. He's a fucking
Yeah.
abuser. And I don't believe for 1 second that he has not abused a person in that way. That's my opinion.
Oh,
That is my
100%.
opinion.
The opinions expressed on here are solely an opinion, but also I agree.
Yes, it is solely my opinion, not a fact. But that is my opinion.
My opinion too, definitely.
Yeah, I think he tells on himself quite a bit. Like, there's flashing lights and warning signs all over the place.
Yeah, he
And so
literally
for somebody
told us.
like Welsh, you should be running for the hills. You should not be like, and not the Indiana hills, the other hills, like away from him.
Yeah, because he said one time in a live, he was like bashing his ex-wife or something, or I don't know. And he was like, yeah, I was investigated for child stuff.
Hi, Emmy.
So it's like, he tells on himself.
Yeah, it's bizarre. It's bizarre. It's a weird fixation, and he does go on like attacks men too, but there's a specific, very sexualized
He even
thing.
attacks men in a sexualized way.
Yeah.
He even does that in a sexualized way. It's disgusting. It's not even, and then try to invoke your freedom of speech. Your freedom of speech does not cover these things. It's just crazy. It's very simple. The future indicator and how a person is going to be is past behavior, right? I don't believe I believe that people can change and become better and stuff. I do not believe that with this abuser whatsoever. It is face value. Sometimes you have to believe people when they tell you who they are. That is not going to change. That person has a pattern, has a history of abusing specifically women. That is not going to change.
I remember watching him, and he was going in on AZ, and it was really bothering me. And I hardly knew AZ at the time, and I messaged her and said, "This is a man that's going to show up at your door with like duct tape in his trunk and a gun. Like this guy's fucked up. He's that fucked up." Um, and it's derived between how he says things and it's a specific twistedness. This is not like lulz cow watchers where they kind of, like make fun of your looks. Oh, you're just fat or whatever. Like that's one thing, but what he does is really perverse. It's perverse. It
And
just
it's
tells on himself.
criminal and it's illegal and it has repercussions and it has spanned its web across so many victims. It's just so crazy. It's exactly the reason why I rightfully got a restraining order, and I'll be going back to court next month to renew my restraining order with the new information that I have to give to the judge. But I have to protect myself. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like
Right.
everyone should. Even like, I don't know, Holy Spackle, if you saw, but they tried to then do retaliatory ROs on me. And I had to fly to Indiana to meet them in court. And both of them said that I, unalived an animal. They put this in their
What?
affidavit that I unalived an animal to harass them.
Yeah,
Oh my
no.
god. I didn't know that either.
So you can miss me, JJ. You can miss me, Bliss Chris, with trying to just shut me up about how I'm still angry with you. Okay. Don't try to minimize and be reductive with people that this has actually touched our real life. Don't do that. Don't do that. And then turn around and try to police how we may feel or say something. That's further abuse.
Right. Like, and to be mad about it. To be mad. Like that's what kind of killed me with Bliss. Like Bliss and I generally sort of annoy each other, right? But what killed me with you, Bliss, is that you were mad that people were like, but you didn't care before? Like you didn't care before? And then what's weird is like they were revealing some DMs that Bliss sent of this like what Wolf and her like if you've been DMing Wolf, you know very well what Wolf does. You very well know that he's an abusive fuckface too. He's just not as bad. He's more impotent, so to speak.
He's an incel. That's an incel.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Wolf makes
definitely.
Wolf makes me laugh. I don't think Wolf's gonna end up on the news. I think he's just stupid.
Yeah. I
But
don't
yeah,
yeah.
he's a weirdo. Yeah, he's an abusive weirdo, but he's a weirdo. I think he's more bark than bite. But like RH dude, like he is I don't know. Like the fact that he has a channel just blows my mind. It blows my mind.
I have to jump down, but I really appreciate you ladies coming, letting me come up and answer some questions and speak. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for popping by.
Thanks
I
for
did
coming
see
up.
you get hidden, so I wanted to give you a chance. So okay.
Oh yeah, I
Thank you
want
so
to
Thank you
much.
so much.
hear what
Yeah, I'm probably
yeah,
gonna have to hop down too because I am an old person who goes to bed early, and
me
it is
too.
very late.
It's 5 a.m. Stacey, you're it's 5 a.m. when I'm so
It's 11 where I am, and I'm
uh
usually in bed by 9. So
no, that must be your secret to looking so young.
right, that's the secret.
It's the secret,
That
yeah,
the
for
key.
sure. Well, thank you, ladies, for joining. Sorry that Welsh was a little bit boring, and I just like where do we go? But thanks for everybody joining. Thanks for sharing stuff. It's good of you to come up and kind of explain some things too. And I'm sure there'll be some barks after this, but whatever. We don't care. So anyway, everybody take care of yourself. Stay away from abusers. If you see it happening to other people and it's not happening to you, you should care that it's happening to other people for sure. Absolutely. That being said, you guys have a good night. Be safe and talk to you later. Bye.
Have a good night.
Happy New Year.